Hello everyone, welcome to Agents of the Nine Hells. Thank you for joining us for our fourth episode of our game and an evening of Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Chris, I will be your Dungeon Master for the rest of this campaign. And we're thrilled to be streaming at twitch.tv/DND and twitch.tv/Adventurers Wanted. For those who are new to D&D, in case you've stumbled upon this stream, everyone here is playing fantasy characters in a fantasy universe. The 6 players all have their own unique characters with sheets in front of them telling them what they can do, how they do it, and 9 times out of 10 they're adding a number to a 20-sided dice roll. 20s are good, 1s are hilariously bad. So, whilst they're playing their characters, I play everyone else, all the monsters they encounter, all of the non-player characters who turn up, weather patterns, you name it. I'll be describing all of it, and together with some dice rolls from predictability, we will tell you our story. So, you are joining us for the 4th chapter in our adventure, and you are literally joining us mid-combat because these fuckers seem to have no idea when to run the fuck away. Is that fair?
Choices.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You know, shots were fired, things were said.
We fired shots, we said things.
I cannot believe that. I just remembered your natural 20 on intimidation. Yeah.
So, if you'd like to catch up, you can check out the twitch.tv/Adventurers Wanted for past videos, or if they're not there anymore, they'll be on YouTube, so you can always catch up if you want to. But let's kick off with today, starting all the way over there. Toby,
hello.
Can you please tell us your name, your pronouns, your character's name, their pronouns, and what they're up to right now?
Toby Osmond.
Toby?
What?
No, Chris is like, Toby, tell us your name.
Toby Osmond. Follow me on Instagram.
It's not plug time.
Facebook.
It's not plug time. I heard you with a micro-influencer. Middle of a battle.
I'm playing Andreas Doros. You will know me from the arenas. From starting this fight that we're... Well, it wasn't just me. I and my character are he-hims, and I'm very pleased we're in this fight because this is why Andreas came to hell.
Specifically, that's
pretty much. Yeah, I mean, you
really
couldn't really get much more on mission for me.
Okay.
Great.
My name's Sharmini. I use she/her pronouns. So does Perigol, who's a bugbear. In the fight right now, Perigol's first ran off because someone said we have to stop them, and then Kelvin said no, you have to go over there, and Perigol's sort of don't know what to do, but there's a very big scary thing flying towards her, so she's a little concerned.
Grand.
I'm Grace, I use they them pronouns, and I will be playing Flutter of Wings, who also uses they them pronouns. Fluster is in hell to try and do good things, which is what their patron, who we only know as Fliptwinkle, wants from them. And so they're a little concerned at the minute because we have taken a mission from the daughter of Asmodeus that we are not necessarily doing the right thing, despite Monsoon's best efforts to convince them.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's fine.
Yeah. I tried to avoid combat in a sneaky way, and then Andreas happened.
Hi, I'm Chloe. I use she/her pronouns, as does Monsoon, who is like a tiefling water genasi bard. Not great at fighting, and so the last thing that Monsoon was doing was using an alchemist's jug to cover herself in wine in the hope that alcohol would dissolve this half of a now dead weird creature that had stuck itself to her. And when it became obvious that wasn't going to help, which is also, if you know certain D&D lore and mechanics, it makes more sense. But yeah, when that turned out not to be helpful, just started to have a drink and kind of gave up on this going anywhere near well for her. That's where I think she was left.
Hi, my name is Matt. I'm playing Judah Amona. We are both he/him pronouns. I mean, technically this group of prisoners and a small creature and a very big creature were moving away from us, and we could have let them move away.
You could have,
But having just arrived here and having a mission where we need to go and get something, I felt like maybe we shouldn't let them get away. And maybe I fired a couple of arrows, maybe that happened. And now we're in a rather large fight, so we will see how that goes.
It's going to go well.
Uh-huh.
Well.
For someone.
And how did you contribute to that?
I'm Emma. I'm playing Keldon. We're both gender fluid, both using she/her pronouns today. Keldon is a Minotaur life cleric of Ilmata, who is a god of sacrifice.
Fitting.
In hell to find out what the link between Baphomet and Minotaurs are. Doing quite well on that front so far. The last thing that happened to Keldon was that Keldon waved half of a demon that is stuck to her axe at the other devils.
They are neither demons nor devils.
Things,
Demo
and went something along the lines of, "Come get your friend!" and rolled a natural 20 on an intimidation check, so they did try and come get their friend.
And we thought that they were 120 feet away. Turns out
They can teleport. It's gonna go fine.
It's going to be great. Can't wait.
And I'm Chris, and I use they, them pronouns. Good. Before we kick off, the stream will run for roughly 3 hours, and there'll be a roughly 5-10 minute break.
5 tenets.
5 tenets. 5-10 minute break somewhere near the middle, depending on where we are up to. We are delighted to be sponsored by D&D Beyond, the official digital toolset for Dungeons and Dragons. D&D Beyond offers a compendium with all of the game rules, lore, and adventures, as well as digital tools like a character builder, digital character sheets some of our players are using, and an interactive Twitch overlay, which should be next to Toby's face.
And next to Matt's face.
Next to Matt's face are a couple
like
of logos and things, and
Is Matt above me?
yeah,
Yeah.
you're pointing at
Everyone
logos
over
right now.
there is above everyone over here.
Well, there we go.
No, Matt's above me.
Please do head to dndbeyond.com for more information about all of that. They are super awesome. We're also proud to be supported by For Fans by Fans and Ultra Pro. For Fans by Fans do sort of fan clothes and cool mugs and things. And Emma's currently wearing a For Fans by Fans Beholder shirt.
It's awesome.
And Ultra Pro provide us with some wonderful heavy metal dice.
Really waiting.
Yeah. These are splendid. People have been rolling with them in game, and we're giving a few of these away on our Twitter page. So do head across to there. It's Adventurers250 on Twitter. More on that later.
And they roll really well.
Really well.
Really well.
I just rolled a 1.
Don't listen to Emma. They roll really well.
Excellent. Finally, we play with a diverse group of players who play a diverse set of characters with wide-ranging sexual and gender identities. Our tables are trans-positive, and we encourage and champion trans players and characters in our games. The DM and players may portray characters that are of a different gender to their own, and we aim to avoid misgendering, but acknowledge that it does happen sometimes, and have a company policy in place for correcting people on pronouns. If we miss an instance of misgendering, we're open to being corrected, so please do just let us know if you think one has been missed. Lovely. Thank you very much. So, without further ado,
No.
Oh god, I'm gonna need a character sheet.
full
It's
music.
an initiative.
I've got it all here.
Yay.
Oh wait,
I made copious notes a week ago.
I cast things.
Can I have switched my hunter's thingy? When I
Chill, peeps.
I lose my stuff.
Now, the initiative order from last week will be maintained, and we're starting at the top with Judah.
Okay.
The creature that you were shouting at that was a long way away has just teleported and is now within 5 feet of Keldon and Perigal, and is particularly grumpy with Keldon because Keldon rolled a very high intimidation check. However, teleporting takes its action, so it hasn't attacked. It's just in front of you. It's very large, it's very imposing. It's got a whip in one hand. It's covered in a strange, slimy, see-through ooze that is sort of pouring out of its pores. Pouring out of its pores. Pouring out of its
You
pores.
meant pores as in skin pores rather than pores.
Yeah, skin pores.
Oh.
And it is coating its weapon.
Playing Keldon is making me stupider.
But is it making you wiser?
Maybe.
So, to confirm, the creature known as a chateau, which is a kind of demodand. I know. With Keldon and Perigol literally right next to it. 30 feet behind this is a tree line in which Judah is hiding and Andreas is standing going "Yarr!" in the background because your advantage is what gave Keldon the natural 20.
I could have rolled it on my own, you never
You
know.
didn't. 30 feet behind that, Fluster, you are standing next to Monsoon, who is rolling around on the ground covered in wine, drinking copiously, while also...
Stop rolling.
Just lying.
And just to be clear, the Farastu you were fighting beforehand, that's a Farastu, another kind of demodand. Half of one is stuck to Monsoon, the other half of that one is stuck to Keldon's axe.
The one that she waved.
Another one is on the ground next to the two of you that you stabbed copious numbers of times.
Yeah.
And half of one has gone, but the other half is stuck to your flail, I believe. Yes.
And did Judah kill that one, the super long range shot?
No.
Just did some damage.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. And in the distance, way, like 200 feet, well, 170 feet behind where the Chateau, Keldon, and Perigol are standing, are a group of what look like humanoids, slightly greyish pallor to their skin that you saw go past in a convoy with another Farastu guard. So, Judah, it is your turn. You're hidden.
Yes, which is good. We like being hidden.
Bless you.
Because it means we can roll with advantage. Now,
You can.
I'm imagining that this massive thing...
Yep.
I'm imagining two things. I'm imagining a group of 10 prisoners has just seen its largest guard teleport away,
Correct.
and its smaller guard get hit by an arrow and take a lot of damage.
All correct so far.
And maybe they're gonna jump in on that situation over there. I don't know. Seems like I'd want to do that if I was a prisoner.
Is that what you're saying? You can't. They're a long way away, but they don't appear to be trying to do anything aggressive.
Okay. Seriously, they like being in hell. They're idiots.
Politicians.
Yeah.
The plane they are on, Carceri, is famously a place that liars, swindlers, and cheats go to. So politicians. Sorry, we live in the UK. That makes perfect sense here.
Yeah.
Get off the fence.
Most of our audience will be American. But will also
I'm not making any judgments on Americans right now. That's not my place. But yes, our politics suck. Right.
Right, so I am going to therefore focus on the big thing that has just appeared in front of these good people,
Correct.
and I'm going to fire 2 arrows at it.
Yep.
One of those would be 21.
That hits.
Okay, I'm really glad I'm rolling with advantage. And lots more, 27.
Yeah, both hit. Roll with the damage on that.
Okay, so I
And you get a
will
sneak attack
get
because
sneak
people
attack.
are in range.
So,
Definitely in range.
so it's,
I hope Judah kills it in one round.
I wish. Sorry, no, I get that once.
he won't.
15, 25 damage.
Once again, the creature seems to grow arrows out of nowhere. The creatures grow out of its neck.
Oh, I'm also going to expend a superiority dice.
Oh.
I'm not going to make it angry with me. That would be insane.
I mean, why would you protect our
Is
cleric
it
anyway?
large?
It is large.
Yeah, it's not like extra large, it's just large.
In D&D game terms, it is large.
That's what I'm asking, yes.
Extra
So,
large.
I'm going to try.
About 10 feet.
I'm
You're like
gonna
6'5".
try-
Not in my mind.
I'd like it to make a strength saving throw DC 17.
Ooh.
It's probably quite strong.
That is a 18.
Okay, so it's not prone, but it will still take the dice. Oh, it takes one more hit. So.
Oh, one more point of damage.
1 more damage.
Yeah, boo. And I am going to attempt to hide again because let's not be insane. 15? No, 17?
17. Sorry, I was checking something.
Yeah, his passive might be better than that.
Oh, you're still in the trees, aren't you?
Still kind of, yeah.
Still in the
things to hide behind.
trees. Interesting. Good to know. Thank you very much, Judah.
Things like that.
Fluster, you're still 60 feet away from this fight. You will have heard Keldon shouting and Andreas shouting, and you know what that means. Monsoon is next to you on the floor. What would you like to do?
Can Monsoon move while she's covered it? Like, because she's full body stuck to half of this.
Monsoon's movement is not affected. Monsoon's ability to do any of Monsoon's normal actions are not affected. It's just for comic effect now.
Okay, it's not. It's not going to.
No.
I was going to help you, but fuck it. Great.
And here's why it's just comic effect.
Plus, it sort of looks and goes like, no, do you need a hand?
No, this is all part of the plan.
Just to confirm as well.
If you want a performance roll on that, I'm happy to.
Just to confirm as well, because I didn't say, you cast Shield of Faith on Monsoon last session, and it would still be active.
Lasts for 10 minutes.
Great. And you cast Protection from Evil and Good on yourself, and that lasts for how long?
10 minutes.
Then it's still active as well.
And did either of you two use your inspiration last?
No.
No, I
Then your inspiration is still available as well.
Fantastic.
There we go.
Okay.
So, Fluster, what's the plan?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my bonus action to they like in the other hand from where they have the Heaven's Trumpet packed blade, they straighten their arm and it like the shadows go upwards in Carceri, right?
Correct.
So it looks like as they lengthen their arm
Sorry, I should
up.
explain that a little bit. The light comes from the edge of the horizon upwards, so all shadows go up in Carceri.
It looks like the shadow which is coming up from their arm lengthens and lengthens and lengthens into the shadow blade.
Amazing.
And so I use my bonus action to cast Shadow Blade, and I'm going to use my movement to get within 30 feet. I don't think there's.
You run up to the tree line, and you can now see this feature ahead of Perigal and Kelton.
Can I take my action to hide and just do everything backwards?
You can take an action to hide. Rogues can take a bonus action to hide. Doesn't mean they have to, and any creature can take an action to
I
hide.
would rather use my bonus action to summon my Shadow Blade. So
Please
if
make
I
an
may-
action to hide. I'll allow that. Was it worth it?
Not necessary. 15.
15 to hide.
Only because I have +8.
Cool. Good to know.
That I think that's DM for its passive perception is higher than that.
Perigal, what are you up to? It's literally in front of you, like 5 feet away from you. It just and appeared right in front of you.
Hello. Was this the plan?
Kill it. Quickly.
All run.
One moment. I'm just going to. Instead of killing it, although she
invisible.
hasn't told me to kill it, which I'm torn because now you said kill it, and I was going to do that.
I've got to please my friends.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay.
What were you going to do?
Cast mage armor on myself.
You should do
That
that.
also seems like a decent plan. Do that first.
Zoom.
I went one.
Don't forget, casting Mage Armor on yourself also activates your...
Exactly. Yes, I would quite like some sort of
assume that you
arcane
had
ward.
armoured yourselves before we got here.
No.
Just fly straight towards you as you do this.
I cast mage armor on myself.
Lovely.
And you activate your arcane
And I now have an arcane ward which will absorb extra damage.
Very good, very good. Monsoon, you're lying on the floor.
Yeah,
Plus it's just sprinted away from you, sorry.
that's absolutely fine. I think, because I've got like 2 to 3 really dumb plans, but I'm actually gonna do a sensible thing first.
I like 2 to 3 dumb plans.
I know, but they require a bit more orchestration, and I feel like I should heal myself before I try to do some stupid shit. So I am gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself at 4th level.
Okay.
Just very quickly. I'd also like to, use some of my movement to try and stand up. I
Yep,
guess.
half movement, so you've got 15 feet of movement left.
So that's 13 and 15 and 19 plus 5, so 24.
24.
So I'm actually, I'm fine, I'm back at full.
Okay.
So I use half my movement
Yep.
to get back up
The dead creature's face is just there, just going, like the eyes bugging out.
Right. And I'll use the remainder of my movements to start stomping towards this thing.
As you walk it next to your face.
I feel like there's some kind of higher power just laughing at me, just doing this just for kicks. And, yeah, right.
Correct. Good. Lovely. That is Monsoon's turn. Andreas, you're standing on the edge of the ridge. 30 feet ahead of you, this thing is flying towards your friends. What would you like to do?
I would like to, as a bonus action, change my Slayer's Prey to hit.
Totally fine.
I would like to go towards it.
Yep.
I would like to smash it in the face.
Okay. Your flail still has bits of the Farastu stuck to it.
Do I feel this is going to affect my combat effectiveness?
Perhaps.
It didn't last week.
It didn't actually hit anything.
Apart from it.
True.
Okay. I would like to, and it will take me an action to try and remove it from the flail. Okay. I'm going to go towards it. Just drop the flail.
It's going to drop your flail.
Yeah.
Okay, you drop your flail.
Yeah. Sort of close.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, this swamp, it's not like Sinky Flaily swamp, is it? I mean, we've been running on it and stuff.
Yeah, it's been fine so far.
Also, as a ranger, he would be very
I don't know
experienced
if it's
with
gonna
different kinds of
sink.
terrain.
Yeah.
Drop it on a solid bit.
You can just drop it and it'll be fine.
Despite your big smile there, I'm going to trust the words that you said. I will drop the flail and take out the Morning Star.
Yep. Your third weapon.
Go for it.
3 attacks. Go for it.
I will prelude the attack by saying, I threw something your size out of a ring yesterday.
I mean, say it in character.
Yeah, that sounds like Andres.
I threw something your size out of a ring yesterday.
Okay, roll your... you've already used your bonus action to move your Slayer's Prey, so only 2 attacks.
Oh, that... Yeah, right. Okay, cool.
But you get to add the d6 if you hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, mate.
Because of that, can I change up? Is it too late?
Change what up?
What I do?
It's too late, really. You've already said you did it. Go on.
Okay, fine. So I'm hitting with the...
Morningstar twice and the axe once.
No.
2 attacks.
2 attacks, just the Morningstar.
Just the Morning Star.
Yep.
I'm not activating its ability.
Good.
That's a 2, so I doubt it'll hit.
What do you add to it?
9.
Nope.
And a 19.
That does hit.
28. So D8 plus 5.
Yup. And a d6.
Yeah, and you're...
Oh, yeah! That was a 3, plus 5 is 8. Plus 5 is 13.
13 was damage. You run and just the Morningstar just clonks into the side of it. It's quite rubbery. And this strange whitish pale ichor that's now flowing out of its pores just sprays a little bit as you hit it, and it's...
Does it seem like I got a good hit? It's
You
not
did.
like...
Yeah.
Okay.
You definitely hit it. Doesn't look that badly hurt yet, though.
I don't feel like it's resistant to me pummeling it.
No,
Cool.
not at all.
You don't feel any kind of burning sensation from the ichor?
No,
Not on this turn? Or
No. Just no.
And I cast a little glance back to my flail, make sure it's not sinking.
No, not at all. That would be cruel, and I am many things. Cruel is not one of them.
That is a lie.
I wish I could have my turn now just to follow up that statement, but I can't. Your turn. Sorry, Kelton.
So I'm stood right in front of this
Yep,
thing.
you are.
Right. I've come into contact with many strange things, and I'm rather concerned about invisible things. I'm going to use my turn to cast Detect Evil and Good from my axe.
You catch a fiend literally right in front of you, and one behind you in the tree line.
That I can't see.
That you can't see if you turn your head round.
I can see. I can see it.
You know where it is. It is currently walking through the woodlands very quietly. Just chasing up.
Psych.
Is it near to one of my allies? Oh god, I can't see them.
What's your passive perception?
Oh, mine's actually 19, so I can see both of you.
Yeah.
You can see both Judah and Fluster are hiding, and this invisible creature is moving towards them.
Can I get to them?
They're within 30 feet, yes you can.
Good shout.
Really good shout.
You'll take this attack opportunity if you
Yeah, I know.
get close range.
Oh, I'm gonna leave. Ooh, you're there. You're there. You're there. But you're there.
What?
Right. I'm gonna take the attack of opportunity and I'm gonna fucking peg it.
Cool. Does a 26 hit you?
Yes.
I can use any of them, so I'll use the bite. As you turn and run, it just reaches forward. Its mouth its entire head is very big, but its mouth extends all the way to the sides, and the maw is big, and this horrible pale ichor is dripping down onto its teeth as it sinks into your shoulder, biting through your armor. Ooh, it's not a good roll. You take 22 points of...
That changed quite significantly.
22 points of piercing damage, and make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Is that for the spell or is that more generally?
Constitution saving throw more generally from the bite. And this ichor, because now it has touched your blood.
23.
23. You're fine. You managed to move off and move back. And can you also roll me a concentration check on your Shield of Faith?
With advantage because I'm a
Yes.
warcaster. Oh, that one's cocked.
That's fine.
Ooh. Oh. Well, that's 12.
12, and you took 23 points of damage, so you're fine.
Cool. Stop. I peg it towards the invisible thing
Yep.
and stand there, but I still have a bonus action.
You still have a bonus action.
Okay.
Are you running up to it? You're shouting to your friends? There's something there?
There is an invisible creature standing directly in front of me.
Yep.
I would stand directly in front of it.
Totally fine.
And I have a bonus action which I can use to do something. Oh my god. I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon again.
The lightning bolt appears.
Can you already have it up?
It's 20 feet away.
It's more than 20 feet away and it moves 20 feet around, which is just bloody useless.
So a static lightning bolt, just like the lightning bolt symbol of Captain Marvel, just appears mid-air.
And 7 add 9, which is 16, and I'm going to use my inspiration, which adds another 6, which is 22.
You absolutely hit the invisible creature.
Yeah.
Which takes 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. It's still invisible, but next to you two, there's a...
I can see it,
Yes.
and I'm in range of it with my axe.
Yes, you are. That is correct.
How can you see it?
Detect evil and good.
And it's a specific thing through my axe, which means that I can see it.
Nice.
So yes, it is within 5 feet of you, and just it gets... Well, it looks like a lightning shock coming out of the static lightning bolt, but it's force damage. Just go with it. It definitely gets shunted back, and there's a faint noise as it gets pushed back. Right.
Oh, I shouldn't have used the inspiration, damn it.
Yeah, probably not. The Chateau, as Keldon has left, is going to turn. And first it tries to bite Andreas. That is a 29 to hit.
With disadvantage?
Oh, I'm sorry. That is a 26 to hit.
Yeah.
You take 20 points of piercing damage. And can you please make a Constitution saving throw?
That's a 21.
You are not affected by that. It then swipes with its claw at Perigal.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Does a 15 hit you?
Yes, but I'm going to use shield as a reaction
Okay.
so that it doesn't. Because I would like
Okay.
it to not, please.
And you did cast the
Would
mage
be
armor.
possible. And I did.
So what is your total AC now with mage armor and shield up?
19.
19. Okay, thank you. In which case, one claw, Andreas, but one bite to Andreas, but no paralysis, frustrating. One claw to Perigal, no paralysis, also frustrating.
I need to do a concentration
shield.
check.
Yes, please.
10.
10 flat.
I rolled a 10. Can
Oh,
I
you're
add
fine
that?
then. You're absolutely
Oh,
fine. It's going to do its second claw strike on Andreas as well.
Ooh.
With disadvantage. That is a 17 to hit.
No.
It's frustrated and angry.
One more would have been a yes.
Still frustrated and angry. Okay. The creature in front of Keldon is going to start casting a spell.
There's no way of knowing that's. Is there any way of knowing that's happening?
You are
invisible,
15 foot away and it's invisible. Roll me a perception check.
Okay. I mean, my passive is 16.
No, it's a check. It's active.
19.
19. You can see that this creature is casting. You can see that. No, you can't see it.
Yeah.
You can't see it.
Does it
So
have any vocal?
it's a spell you can see being cast for counterspell.
Oh, so it's not
Yeah.
like
You
just
can't
one
see the creature.
You can't
it's
perceive it
invisible.
casting it, so you can't see it.
You attempt to
Interrupt.
Oh, I see. When you see a creature.
Yeah, when you see a creature.
Ah, God damn it!
Wording very specific. Its invisibility does fade after it finished casting the spell, ironically, but there you go. Keldon, please make a wisdom saving throw. You have advantage on this.
And remember, you've still got inspiration.
No, she doesn't.
Oh, God damn it! Sorry.
I do have +9
And also
and a natural
advantage.
20.
Problem, all good.
Nice.
It realises the spell hasn't worked and quite angrily just sort of hisses and it's invisible now. It is a sort of very tall and very thin, again, quite demonic looking, but not a demon or a devil you've seen before. It's got a sort of strange green coating to its skin. Oh, actually, at the start of its turn, can you please make a Constitution saving throw?
Who, me?
You're within 10 feet of it.
I hate that they're all gooey.
Yeah.
I find that really
Demo
upsetting.
downs.
Yeah.
That was cocked.
That's fine.
14.
14 on a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Yep, you're fine. You are not poisoned.
My con is really high.
I was checking it wasn't higher, frankly. Good, right. And it's going to attempt to fly straight up and away.
Well, I'm gonna whack it
Yeah, I was going to say, opportunity.
with my. I'm gonna whack it with my axe.
Yep.
And
Detect Evil and Good is active, so
Yes.
technically Branding Smite is also active if you hit it.
I hit it. Please be high. Please be high. That's not very high. It's a 13.
13. You swing as it flies up and miss, and it's now flying into the tree line. And it's going to use a bonus action. Yep. Paul! It's flying into the trees. You can still see it, probably all of you, because it rolled very low on its pied.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Okay, that's the end of their turn. Judah. 10 feet
Right.
away from me, this thing's came to this and flew straight up.
Yeah. Well, that looks like something I should definitely shoot out of the sky.
Go for it.
And what does it look like? It's like tall and thin. And...
Tall, thin, greenish
Okay.
Wings?
wings.
26.
Yeah, you hit it.
Oh yeah. And I'm gonna.
There's no sneak attack on this
No,
because
no,
it
no.
knows where you are.
Yeah. 26 and 19.
19 hits, yes.
Okay, good. So I think it's sneak attack dice, but I could. I'm wondering if I did an attack that would normally knock it prone, do I think that would knock it out of the sky?
Interesting. What's the wording on knocking things prone on yours?
Let's look. On a failure, not the target prone. It's called trip attack, so I would suggest maybe.
On the failure, you knock it prone. It doesn't
Yeah.
say anything about flying creatures.
yeah.
I'm going to say it shoots a wing and knocks them out of the sky. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, it feels a bit weak sauce.
Okay, well, let me roll the damage then. So that'll be 2d8.
What kind of saving throw is it making to not be knocked out of the sky?
strength on a DC 17. So 5.
I rolled a 22. It doesn't matter.
Actually, not probably that. 18. So 18 damage.
18 damage. It takes the arrows. 2 arrows.
Yep.
It takes the 2 arrows, but it doesn't as it's flying up into the tree line. It's trying to hide in the quite droopy branches of these sort of fetid forest-like trees, like a swamp forest, but it's not managing to hide very well. Lovely. Fluster.
How high up in the...
Bonus action for Judah, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, and yeah, I will attempt to hide again. I'm probably boff at this, but it's still 19, amazingly.
19. You sort of slink back between the trees.
Okay.
How high up in the sky is it?
It has its full movement and it flew off, so that will be... Is it... Sorry? 40 feet up.
How high are the trees?
About 50 feet up total, like they curve over and branch quite long.
Okay. Why did it have to be exactly that high up? Actually, fuck it. This could be useful. Do you know what? Fuck it. I cast.
You're going to. You cast fly.
I cast fly. Yes, I cast fly.
I thought you were going to climb up the tree and like.
I was, but I'd have to use my bonus action and
No, you don't.
Movement.
to climb 40 feet up and to get it.
Interesting.
Do you normally move 30 and you get a plus 10 as stat?
I don't get anything plus. I would
It's just you'd have to use bonus actions.
I'd have to use my bonus action to.
If you cast fly, you'll drop the shadow blade.
You're right.
Because they're both concentration.
Thank you.
Why?
Fine.
They're both concentration spells.
Yes, that's true. Okay. Could I?
Come.
Climb 30 feet up.
Yes.
And you're welcome to tell me to fuck off here.
Good start. Strong start.
Like, I would like to throw myself into the air from the trees. Like, can I throw myself up to it?
I like jump off a branch.
Like, jump.
Jumping would be an action.
Would I have my bonus action to hit it?
No. Actually, yes, because your bonus
Yeah, 'cause I threw
action
myself
offhand
up
attack
in the
is
air.
fine in this case. Yes, you can.
Yes?
Yeah.
Would you like me to make a check?
Yep.
What would you like it to be?
Athletics.
Are you sure if I do a little flip on the way up, I feel like it would maybe be acrobatics.
It's the strength of pushing off your legs. It's a jump. You're trying to jump. You're trying to jump 10 feet.
I'm not going to do that. I am a -2 to strength. I am.
Little and light.
This little tiny person is not very well constituted. I'm sorry, I'm taking such a long time with this.
Right.
How far away is the other person?
The chateau, 30 feet away from you.
Fine, whatever. Fine. Okay, I'm going to use my bonus action to dash up the tree.
Yes.
And take 2 strikes with Heaven's Trumpet.
Because you can climb at the same speed you can walk.
Yes,
So
because I have claws.
Yeah.
21.
Yes, that hits.
17.
That also hits.
Excellent. So I take 2 strikes with Heaven's Trumpet, and I'm going to activate the trumpeting ability.
How does that sound?
Like that. Actually, that's not D8s, is it? That's D6s. For the hits, it's 7 plus 12, 19 plus the trumpeting bullshittery.
Have you rolled sneak attack already?
Not yet.
I'm sorry. Okay.
No.
19.
19.
19, thank you. Plus sneak attack is 26 plus trumpeting. Would you like to make a DC 15 something or other check? Sorry.
It's all right.
Dum, bum, bum, bum. It is a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Nope, that's a 5.
Rad! Take 4d4
46.
radiant. Thank you. On top of that. Oh God, why do I do this to myself? 26, 32, 37, 40, 41 points of damage.
Can you halve that for me? Because it can uncanny dodge.
Oh, that's really mean.
It can uncanny dodge, and this would kill it. So yeah, it's gonna uncanny dodge. It takes 20 points of damage.
Okay.
It seems to twist out of the way of the strikes as they come in. It's just getting out the way of everything.
Like as I like fling up through the air. Yeah.
Also, you are currently in the tree next to it, yes?
Yeah, so what I will do is, because I dashed,
Yes.
it's 40 foot up, so
Correct.
I will use my free disengage to descend another 20 foot.
No problem at all.
Thank you.
Good to know. Thank you. Bergel.
Right, that's it.
This thing just tried to hit you and you shielded.
Do you get disadvantage on ranged spell attacks when you're not at range?
Yes.
That's sad. I'm sad about this fight. Sad.
I'm just telling you like it is.
Sad.
Unless it's magic missile and it automatically hits.
Yeah. I mean,
You have spells that could do other things to it apart from damage it. Only if you're making a spell attack roll. Only if making a spell attack roll.
yeah. There's things with saves and things. Yeah. That is true.
What's it gonna be?
The creature that I hit as well, it will be advantage on the next attack to it. It begins to glow where I struck it.
You hear a vague drat.
Fuck you.
Drat. What's a plan, Paragon?
I don't have a plan. Basically, I'm standing here, not having a plan very much.
What are your options?
Without a plan, well, I could sort of put something between me and it, but I don't know that that would necessarily help. I could have my dog bite it.
Amazing.
I mean,
If you'd done that with the sticky things, we could have had some kind of awful like
conga.
Chain.
What's that terrible movie?
No.
Not that one.
No.
No. Overruled.
No wild shaping druids attacking a.
No.
I could try and catch it, but it has really high dex, so it's probably not.
Doesn't have really high dex, Charlie. I don't really think it has really high dex.
Oh, really?
No. I saw
Well,
the picture of it.
oh, but we're out of the tree line now, aren't we?
You are out of the tree line.
Very helpful.
That example is not helpful either. Everything is unhelpful. I can make the ground slippery.
Make a decision.
I will
Hit it.
magic missile it.
Okay.
But
Automatic hit, so run with the damage on that.
I'm going to. This is coming out of the gem on the end of my staff. I'm going to use 3 charges of my staff. And for each extra charge, it's 1 extra.
So that's 6d4 plus 6
D4.
damage,
Yes.
please.
Nice.
Oh, can I borrow some d4s?
Always.
Go.
Thank you.
Ask the magic missile.
Looks like a
Too
lot.
many.
That looks
Oh
like a
no, panic. Okay.
I'll take that one away
Okay.
because they'll get confused.
Okay, I've got 4, 6, 10, 13
Plus 6.
plus 6.
6 missiles. Plus 1 for each.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
So 19.
19 points of
Nice.
damage.
Nice.
As you just... these missiles just sort of zoom around and hit from behind, because his magic missile always hits. And it just... It doesn't seem that badly hurt yet.
That is all I've got.
Do you want to move?
I was hoping it would move at some point. I don't want it to no.
What?
I'm just going to stay here, sadly.
You can only uncanny dodge one thing around.
That's right.
Yeah.
I rolled 3 attacks altogether. You could
2.
have just.
You bonus action, there's only 2 attacks.
Okay. You halved the whole thing.
I did half the whole thing, you're right.
I can't remember all the rolls were though.
No.
I'll let it stand, but I'm a bit cross.
Well, make sure you separate out your attacks.
Roll them together for
That's that's fair. No, that's fair. I will add an extra 7 damage to that just for saying this. Yeah.
Seems fair.
Thank you.
Can I check?
appreciate that.
Is this still the same round that Keldon was opportunity attacked by?
Yeah, we've not got back round, don't worry.
Oh yeah,
So
you
you
could
can
move.
leave without getting opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. That is.
No, it
not.
isn't. No, it isn't. It has its reaction
That was in
back.
between there.
It had
was
a
it?
turn after me.
Yeah, it goes off to Kelvin.
That's still not tricky.
Rules.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
So you staying where you are, Perigal?
Yes.
Monsoon.
Cool, great, cool.
Right. Okay.
You've got 15 feet ahead of you before you hit the edge of the tree line, where you can see Judah wildly firing arrows out.
Yeah.
Everything's
Sorry,
unfolding.
wildly firing?
I'm sorry. Coolly, calmly firing arrows and then fading into the trees again.
So this thing that to me seems a bit more suspicious because it was invisible.
Yeah.
And trying to mess with us.
Yeah.
It's lit up, isn't it?
Like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Right. I've been reading these rules really carefully.
Yes.
I would like to, if I need like an additional roll, just say.
Yep.
I want to stick myself to it. So I want a dimension door immediately adjacent to it, if necessary, just above it, so I can fall and stick it so it can't easily get away.
So it's stuck to the thing that's stuck to you.
Yeah. Stick train is what I'm calling that tactical move.
Demon
And
sandwich.
Dimension door does say that you arrive at exactly the point desired. And I can see them clearly because they're lit up.
I'm just checking a couple of things.
Like a Christmas tree.
I can bring along objects as long as their weight doesn't exceed what I can carry. I've been walking with it.
This stealth demon is so unhappy. How it's supposed to go.
You can tell I've already invested so much into this plan.
What is your dexterity modifier?
My dexterity modifier is... Oh, that's my skills, not my abilities. +3.
Right, 3. Yep. So it has to make a DC 15 dexterity saving throw to avoid being stuck to the creature because it's using your dexterity, not its, because it is dead. It rolls a nat 1. So you on it.
I've got it, everyone!
It's now going to make a strength saving throw to remain in the air because it can fly.
Its weight has like more than gone up by 1.5
That's
hours.
not high enough, so it's going to just fall. Can you please make a dexterity saving throw so you're not the one 40 feet, so you're not the one it lands on?
I'm gonna cast Feather Fall. Because I still don't want to get hurt.
Yeah, fair
I
enough.
still don't want that damage.
Whoop, stick, and you feather fall down to the ground, and now you're all at ground level.
All of my Feather Falls
Right
have been awkwardly with another character.
Right in front of Keldon.
Unbelievable.
That was so good.
I got it.
Fucking believable. So in your turn, you've used your action and your reaction, bizarrely. You still have your bonus action if you want it.
Bonus action.
I'm going to say you can't move because there's a lot of to and fro in here.
Because I'm sorry, I always get confused by this one. 2-weapon fighting. Does that mean I can make
No.
an attempt just with
You
a
can only 2-weapon fight with your offhand if you have attacked with your main hand, or if you have 2-weapon fighting as a special skill, which these two do.
In that case, I don't think I have anything else that I'm gonna do because I'm actually not that. I'm trying to conserve inspiration. So yeah, I mean, Monsoon's pretty pleased with herself, so I'm gonna leave it at that.
Hey, Monsoon.
I mean, floating down while singing a song going, stuck myself to it, would have been great, but...
There's a time for songs, and there's a time for just
Sticking.
looking Keldon dead in the eye.
As you just slowly go down in front of him.
I'm on board with this.
Amazing.
so good.
Andreas, you're still in front of the chateau.
I hit it loads.
Cool. You have 3 attacks. You have used your Slayer's Prey. You are concentrating on protection. Really good. You can't cast on the concentration spell. I'm sorry. Go for it. 3 attacks. Hit.
So, Morningstar.
Please.
8 plus 9, 17.
No.
16 plus 9,
25, yes.
And I'll roll the blood axe as well.
Thank you.
17 plus 9.
Yep, so the one hit with the Morningstar, one hit with the axe.
Morningstar. 7 plus the d6.
For Slayer's Prey, yes.
4, 11 plus 5
is 16. Thank you.
Plus the axe. 5 plus 5, 10. So 26 in total.
Cool. You hit it twice. You're just up front bashing away, and it's taking the hits. It's starting to look a little bit hurt. There are some cuts. It's sort of the white pus is now bulging out of it in various places and looking quite grim, but it is not down yet. Anything else? No movement. You're not gonna move. No. Why would you? Okay, Keldon.
Right, I would like to use my spiritual weapon to try and attack the thing that is on the floor.
Good. Yeah.
Is it still at advantage? Because it's glowing.
For the next attack.
Well, that wasn't an attack.
That was an attack, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Excellent!
It's a big floating. No, I am sneaking.
And it's glowing.
It's like a flare coming down.
Also, all you hear is like the soft sound of trumpets as it comes, because it's deafened by the sound of trumpets.
I rolled 2 11s on advantage, which makes it a 20.
Yeah, you hit. Yeah.
That is
It's got like no hit
10.
points. Yeah.
10 points of damage. Excellent. Monsoon, I'm going to leave you with that, and I ran.
I mean, it had like 4 hit points, so you just kill it, and now you've got 2 things.
I ran.
Monsoon, your movement is now halved.
That seems fair.
I run the 30 feet back
Yep.
to the other demon.
Yep.
My axe is still glowing.
Correct.
I'm going to whack it.
Nice.
Go for it.
Hit it.
Yeah, right.
Hit it.
No, it's a 12.
No, does not hit it.
God damn it! At some point, I will whack something with my axe and it will work. But not today. I just stand in front of it looking disappointed.
Cool. Right. It's still trying to hit all of you. Your shield has now worn off.
Yeah.
So it's going to go for the squishy wizard first.
I'm trying to get in his face.
I was going to say there's 2 of us now stood like in front of it.
It couldn't bite the squishy wizard, and it was sad.
Do you know what? I'm glad.
That is a nat 1.
I just give it a little slap in the face.
It tries to bite down on Perigal, but Perigal sort of backs off and you hang on, you slapped in the face. I'm careful touching it. I'm not going to count that one. It's going to use a claw on Perigal again.
It's fine.
15 to hit.
You've got mage armor.
You've got major armor.
Yeah, it's a 14 at the moment.
Shield.
I think I'm gonna have to cast shield again.
You do not have to.
You've got so many hit points.
You've got more than me.
That's true. I can use them for if I don't use shield.
Well, we
I
don't
can
want
use
to
that for other
paralyze
people.
wizard, do we?
Yeah,
True.
Are
that
those
is a thing.
both of
Fight that
its-
paralyzes.
How many attacks is like?
it has 3 attacks in a round.
And it's just you 2 of them on
This
me.
is
So
still
still
all
one
over it.
more.
Yes.
Has Andreas been injured yet?
Yes, tons.
Oh, okay. In that
Wouldn't
case,
go that far.
in that case,
A little.
I won't cast shield. I'll just.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, I would have cast shield.
I do not believe we will rest before the next thing. That's what I'm concerned about. A spell slot's wise.
From somewhere very far away, you hear Fluster go, "Please, can we rest before the next thing?"
What'd you roll?
Con save.
Yes, please.
I rolled a 7.
You.
Plus 3.
Nah, you're paralysed. You, as it claws you and you don't ward up the shield fast enough, the claws rake into you for 10 points of damage, and you feel yourself lock up, and you can no longer move.
That is
Its
a problem.
third claw attack is going to be against Keldon because Andreas is frustrating it.
Are you taking that off your ward?
Yes. Doesn't make any difference, but yes.
Keldon, that is a 23 to hit.
Well, yes.
Make a Constitution saving throw, and you take 15 points of damage.
Oh dear. Oh, that is a 6.
The second claw attack.
Sorry,
Now that
how many points of damage?
15. Now that Perigal is frozen in place, it reaches across and slashes at Keldon as well, and now both of them are frozen in place, paralysed.
Judah!
No, it's okay. I forgot about the palace.
Awesome.
It would just be damage.
No, I'm going to wait. At the end of its turn, it just looks at you hungrily.
I mean, there should be like a comic book full of Andreas's faces under his visor, because he pulls a lot, just forgetting that no one can see them.
Everything you say is quite normal. It's kind of a Bane voice the entire way through.
I was born in the dark. Intellectually speaking.
Judah, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I would really like to shoot this thing in the face a couple of times.
You are currently hidden, so the first attack has advantage.
Okay, so, but I think, again, we would like to try a trip attack.
Can you concentrate on a spell while you're paralysed?
Ooh, interesting. I have absolutely no idea. I'll check in a sec for you.
Not much else to do.
26 first attack.
Yeah, that hits you.
Okay, that's good. So maybe a DC 17 strength save.
Strength? Ha!
Yeah.
Nope, that's 7.
You knock the target prone.
Look at arrow hits it in the foot.
I'll do the second attack.
Thank you.
That is 24.
That also hits. Wrong with the damage on those. This could be interesting.
I get an extra one of those. So 6, 11, 16.
Did you roll that disadvantage because it's prone? Sorry. Arrows, prone things.
It was only prone by the end of the last hit, though, wasn't it? It's
You should have rolled your second attack with disadvantage, technically.
Well, I haven't done the second thing yet, so let's finish that up. So, what was I at? So I did 6 plus 11, 16, 22, 23. So 23 damage from the first one.
23 damage from the
23 damage from the one that knocks its prone.
That's enough.
17.
Amazing.
Yeah, so the second one hits as well.
So good.
Paralysis creates incapacitation as part of the condition, so you
10.
are... Concentration is broken.
Okay.
10 more damage.
She'll take this down.
As the creature is hit by 2 arrows and falls over holding onto its foot going, the paralytic ooze that seeps out of it is now splashing in great big arcs and waves. You two are already affected, so you're fine, but Andreas, please make me a Constitution saving throw.
Can you add inspiration to saving throws?
Yes.
Yeah, any
Should have done that.
D20.
Very
Almost a 2, but an 18. Plus loads.
Yeah, you're fine. Son of a bitch.
There is like a, if you save against it once you're fine.
5 or something in game.
No.
More than that. It's only 6 seconds.
So, that is the end of Judah's turn. It is now lying on the floor looking quite upset. Fluster.
30. It's 30 feet away from where
Correctly
I am.
Correctington.
I'm going to use my movement to run over to where it is.
Cool. It is now... This ooze is all round and over it.
Gross.
Ooze party!
Oh dear. Oh no.
I don't have any not going in and stabbing it things. I was about to go, oh, my constitution's okay. It's not. It's not. I've not got anything which isn't just going in and stabbing it, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do
Yes.
is
Yes.
jump from a little distance out, do a flip, and land with the trumpet like stab in and try and like flip.
It's covered in its own ooze.
Yeah, just with the trumpet.
Oh. So you're literally going to stab in your blade,
And then
stand
and
on
then
it.
to balance down, stab the shadow blade in.
And you'll remain on it but not touching it.
holding both in a very acrobatic manner.
And you're going to remain on it but not touching it when one of the blades is literally made of shadow.
Shadow which is tangible enough to stab it with.
Yeah, okay. Make the 2 attack rolls and then a dexterity saving throw to achieve this feat.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's a very high DC because it's insane.
Because this is bullshit. Okay. There's a 26 to hit with the first hexblade attack.
Yep.
Natural fucking 20 on the second.
Yep.
Cool, great, love that. Gonna start with those. That's 1d6. Boo. 7 points. Could you help me with this?
Okay, so
If you can. 7 points of damage. And then another
15.
Yeah, plus 6.
21.
21. Thank you. I'm going to take. Can I take sneak attack on the natural 20, or is that cheeky?
Sneak attack is on the first attack that hits.
Yeah. Okay, so that will not be doubled. Add another 7.
28.
Thank you. And then I will plunge the shadow blade into it.
So it's 68 now, isn't it? Because it's 3d8 normally, and you critted on it.
No, I critted with the second hexblade attack.
Oh, I see.
Unfortunately, as wonderful as that would have been, it was a 19. I don't have Hexblade's curse on it.
No, you don't. You wasted it on the first.
Ooh, that would have been really good. Cool.
Last time.
Yeah,
Over a week ago.
So I still don't have it back.
Yeah.
So that's 3d10 as far as I remember. No, 3d8. Psychic damage. Psychic damage.
That's
1, 1, 2.
disappointing.
Oh, wow.
Well, that sucks.
32.
It's a happy day.
That's still okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's still a good...
With a crit involved, that's a little bit disappointing.
I mean, it's all on those 1s and 2s.
Yeah, I'm a little bit let down by
Now
that.
make me a dexterity saving throw, and the DC is super high. Like, real high.
Real high.
Okay. Ooh, let's go. Dexterity saving throw.
Yes, please.
Oh, don't be slow now. Come on. Oh, no. Oh, goodness. Dexterity saving throw. Dirty 20.
Not high enough.
25.
Yeah, that's fair.
Make me a con saving throw.
That is absolutely fair. Hey! 19.
You're not paralysed, but you are literally on it just going,
This is good.
it's going to be in my phone. Also,
no.
you're a cat, don't lick it.
Oh, well, that was fun.
Yep, you are. That has all happened. Perigal, you are paralysed. At the end of your turn, please make me a Constitution saving throw.
I remembered that I have
Inspiration
an
dice.
inspiration.
You do. And you
Can
may
I
use
wait
it.
and roll it and then add it if I need
Yes.
it? I'd have to. Yeah, okay.
To use the trumpet.
Okay.
Added 46.
That's the same roll again, which is a 10. I wonder what its DC is. I'm going to.
Careful side conversation.
Sorry,
Thank you. Sorry, that's my fault.
going to try adding the D8 because it's worth.
Come on, 8.
16.
16. You're no longer paralysed,
Hey!
Oh, good.
but you are also surrounded by this stuff. You were making a roll at the start of your next turn to see if
Because
you're
it's
still paralysed.
on me.
Yeah.
So it's just going to keep affecting me. This
Yeah.
is problematic.
Correct.
Do not like.
Yeah. It's also at the end of your turn. Monsoon, you are moving at half speed because you are stuck to 2 Damadans now.
Yeah, how far am I from...
1.5, fair.
Yeah, how far am I from all of the other nonsense?
You're on the tree line, so you're 30 feet away.
30 feet away.
Yeah.
And is that 30 feet from like the edge of where it's all turning into a big pile of goop?
Yes.
Okay.
30 feet from the goop pile.
How messed up does the thing everyone's attacking look?
Pretty messed up. It's spewing white ichor all over the place. You're welcome.
This thing is disgusting.
You're welcome.
I think all I'm gonna do in terms of what I can contribute to this Yeah. Why do you look so excited?
It's just wondering if something.
I'm gonna like kind of hobble. I'm gonna try and start.
This one is already stuck, and now next to there's another one going just underneath slightly. It's just it's a mess of dead things.
Yeah. I'm coming. Don't worry. God, I mean that thing looks. Oh, and this is talking to the thing.
Yeah.
Mate, you should have taken your mate's advice and just been invisible like him because you look terrible. And that's just like trying to viciously mock while I'm stuck to two things. And
are you dragging yourself 15 feet closer to this whole thing while doing it?
Yeah.
You look terrible, unlike me.
This is embarrassing for you, mate.
What kind of saving throw am I making?
A wisdom saving throw.
That is a nat 20. It's not listening. Yeah, save the nat 20s for the fucking wisdom.
I thought you might have done a haste. That's why I was getting excited.
I was wondering whether I should do haste on myself. It feels like a waste to do it.
Not on you.
Well, I have to be. I have it's touch. I can't. I can only do it. That's why we should plan things beforehand.
What?
And I can.
Fuck you.
Sounds like a weird idea.
If anyone ever wants haste in future, I'll need a heads up.
So that's your action to viciously mock and fail to viciously mock.
Yep.
Yeah.
And who's in terms of who's next? Because we've got both of you.
I'm currently paralysed.
You're Oh, okay. You're paralysed. You're not though. You're all good.
Yeah.
Who's next in initiative order?
Andreas.
Andreas.
But then at the beginning of your turn, you make a Constitution saving throw.
End.
Okay.
I just go. You know what, Andreas, mate? I think you've got it from here.
Yes.
And I will inspire you
Hey!
as my bonus.
Is that D8 to any D20?
Yes.
Thank you.
And I'll just style it out.
You know it!
Roll me a performance check. It's a high DC because you're stuck to 2 demodans.
Sure.
Dead.
1.5.
Oh, that was a low roll.
You are not styling it out.
15.
You are sort of styling it out.
Got a decent modifier.
Andreas, what would you like to do? The creature is currently prone in front of you, which means you have advantage on attack rolls against it.
I am gonna paralyze myself on you, buddy.
As you lean in, surrounded by this paralytic goop, can you please make me a Constitution saving throw?
At the start of your turn?
At the start, yes.
At
that
this
one
point
is at
now,
the start,
if you
yeah.
are affected
You're
by it,
already
you save at the
touching
end
it,
of your turn. If you're touching it, it's whenever you touch it, which is this now.
Okay.
Because we got splashed by
Exactly, it's now just a pool.
violence. Yeah, okay.
I ain't gonna add my inspiration to that. So that is 8 plus 7,
15.
15.
You're just passing as you step over and hitting it.
Thanks for the inspiration.
Welcome, mate.
Same roll on the D8 that I got on the D20. Right.
It's rough having ones where you don't ever, not... Usually once you've passed, that's it. You're good.
It's the keeping going.
Demons don't tend and fiends don't have to fall under that. They're not natural. Yeah, go for it. You've got 3 attacks. You've still got Slayer's Prey on it.
Goodness.
And you have advantage on every single attack roll you make.
Oh yeah, okay, first one. Oh, it was cocked. 12 or a 9. I'll go for 12. Plus 9, 21.
Yeah, that hits. Roll me all of the attack rolls. Do that before you do the damage.
Second
So 2 with the Morning Star and 1 with the axe.
I mean, how messed up is it looking? I might save my charge, to be honest.
On the Morning Star, you can save it.
But cocked, even though it's almost a 17. Oh god, I need to uncock this whole box.
That's one cocked box.
If I had a penny.
10 or 14, so that's over 20. And then
Yes.
on the axe, cocked. 16, but I'll roll again.
Just in case it's 20.
In case. 18.
All 3 attacks hit, yes.
Nice.
Now, so that's
Throw just so many
3d8
dice.
plus 1d6 plus 15.
So, first one.
Do you want some?
4 plus. No, I'll do it. Thank you. Plus 2, so that's 6. Plus 1. Plus 7, 10, 25.
25 points of damage.
DiMaggio.
You are hacking away at this flabby creature now that it goes. It's not dead yet.
Didn't expect it would be.
Unbelievable.
Keldon, at the end of your turn, please make me a Constitution saving throw.
7.
No, it's still paralysed. Fred? Right, on its turn, what is it going to do? What is it going to do? What is it going to
Probably
do?
stand up.
No, it's going to...
I am still standing on. To be honest, I am still standing on top.
along
of it.
with any equipment it is wearing or carrying. Fascinating.
Well,
That's not a good giggle.
do tabaxi count as...
What do we think? Do we think... I think...
Usually teleport spells don't allow you to take other creatures unless it specifically says so.
Dimension Door, you can take a creature the same size as you.
But it
it's willing.
specifically says a creature.
Because otherwise, we've like done it in past. Sometimes it has to be like grapple if they're not willing.
Sure, I get that.
It sounds like loads of fun to me.
It does not sound like loads of fun to me.
I pulled a whole load of bullshit in the last turn. So
I know what it's going to do. I know what it's going to do. Yep. Cool. You are both incapacitated. It's going to grab both of you.
Wait,
You're
I'm
fine.
temporarily awake.
Oh, temporarily awake.
Very briefly, yes. I'm very briefly not paralyzed.
You're incapacitated. So it's going to use one attack to grapple, which it automatically succeeds. So it's holding Keldon in one hand, and it's large, so it can do that. And it's going to then make a grapple check against you.
Which is just a strength or a strength save?
Acrobatics or athletics?
Acrobatics or athletics. I don't have either of those. Look at your face. 13.
13. It grabs you. It's going to use half its movement to get up, and then it's going to try and fly up 20 feet.
I shout, "You're as brave as the demon chicken I had for breakfast!"
You get an attack of opportunity.
Oh!
What happens to me?
You're still on its back and it's flying up.
Okay.
There's now a rain of this horror just pouring down.
Can I use the attack of opportunity as a grapple attempt?
Yes, you can technically.
And in order to try and bowl into it and keep it.
Well, you can probably sort of grab the leg it got an arrow
No, I
shot in.
don't want the helicopter. I want jump into helicopter to make it go on its back.
I will allow a contested grapple on this if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna drink that ichor as well. No.
Don't do that.
Oh, and just bear in mind, I don't know, protection from evil and all that stuff. I don't know if it
Doesn't affect grapples in that way.
No, okay. I didn't get a great roll. Only 21.
I didn't get a great roll. Only 20.
12 on the dice. That's not great.
I rolled a 13 on the dice, and you've literally, it's gone, and you've just gone, no. Holding it down. Just this ichor screaming, I was going, no. She got hold of it.
So just
Fluff's just on it, and the other two are
don't take on Jones's friends.
From the outside, this looks really cool. By the way.
And also, John, anytime.
Have you ever taken a hit in combat yet?
No. No, the sneaky archer doesn't take hits in combat. That's the point of the sneaky
You have
archer.
so many more hit points than me.
Hey, Kelton hadn't seen the invisible thing.
I know,
Someone might have taken some work.
Yeah, go on, Judah. It's your turn. 2 arrows.
Okay,
I'm assuming on your behalf you're going to shoot 2 arrows.
I'm absolutely going to shoot 2 arrows.
Fine.
You gonna do anything funky like?
Well, I'm gonna
You know,
we're going to
it's
have
comfy.
to.
We've agreed a ship attack will ground it.
Yes.
I'm totally
I will
happy
do
with it. I
that
think that's a
because
fair thing to do.
That is my best option for keeping it down.
Just like the pit.
So answer the first one. So 26 on the first one.
Well, yes, that
That
hits.
hits. Let's do the second one. Lots. 28 on the second one.
Yep.
Okay, so
I'm very scared of the character Matt may have made.
so that's me burning die. So 6. That's the actual.
You get sneak attack because it's in combat with a bunch of things.
Yeah. 10. So
Say it's in combat with me.
15.
Definitely distracted.
Oh, nice. 20, 23, and then that's not 24. So 29 damage in total.
29 damage in total.
Yeah, and it has to make a DC 17 save again.
No, it doesn't. Yes! As it just an arrow hits it, and there's a faint sort of, and then another arrow, and it just pops. You all just fall to the ground. This horrible paralytic ichor just splashing down all around you. Make a con saving throw.
I just assume it. I'm definitely paralysed. 7 on the dice, plus 7, 14.
Yeah, you're paralysed.
Yes!
Very well, make a con saving throw.
9.
Total.
Yeah.
Paragol's still paralysed again.
3.
Paralysed. You're already paralysed.
Stone garden.
I do have a form of a shield. I'm hiding behind like one and a
You're
half
15
bodies.
foot away, just this whole thing lands down, everyone's just lying there, just paralysed. I will say that you will all eventually pass out of this, so as you crawl out of the slimy ooze, which is seeping now into the landscape and just being reabsorbed by the plane that it came from.
Oh, before that happens, I take my arrows over and I dip all of them into.
It is burning off the arrows as well. This doesn't stick around after it's dead.
I get my
What
flower.
happens? Like, what happened to the people who were loitering around nearby during this battle?
Oh yeah.
Someone roll a perception check for me? I don't mind too.
I will.
Whilst people are regaining their ability to move,
22.
I won't
Yep.
even bother.
I just throw in. I'm at least taking a dagger to try and at least
Fry off.
have minimal amount of stuff stuck to me.
Make a strength saving throw.
22 on perception.
Let's wait for this.
A 14.
14. You're hacking away. It's going to take you more than one round.
That's fine. My strength is my worst thing, and I'm just trying to do something.
Yeah, that's fine. As you wake up and look back, where you saw that crowd of people and the one lonely guard left, the crowd isn't there anymore. The guard isn't there anymore. But you think you see some of the figures sort of scattering to the four winds, and there may be a guard lying on the floor. You're not sure.
Monsoon, would you like some assistance?
I mean,
Can
yeah.
you roll me a strength saving throw, please?
Who?
Kelvin.
What?
As you lean across and just...
If you're, yeah. I'm very
Oh, I
much
thought
making
it sounded more menacing.
Oh, no, sorry,
Yeah.
no. Take the 18, that's fair.
It is a 21.
Thanks, Calden.
I mean, it took some skin with it.
Yeah, like a band-aid.
Didn't need that, did you?
It's alright.
Sorry.
Thanks, still stands.
Sorry, apologies. They're quite sticky, aren't they?
Yep.
I'm also going to just shake the one off my axe.
I'm going to get my flare
Yeah, fine.
out.
You can over time you can pull these horrible sticky things off them. That's perfectly fine.
Unpeel myself from the ground and turn to Perigol and go, so you still think it's quite nice down here?
You are all matted with this ichor, like it's gone, but there's still some residual like stickiness.
Prestidigitation.
You're fine.
Hey.
How is everyone doing health-wise?
Yes.
No, that doesn't mean anything to me, Andreas.
Today we did a good. I'm slightly injured. Today we did a good.
As in, like, give me some numbers.
I'm 20 down.
Okay, and Monsoon.
I healed myself back up to full.
And Perigal. You're fine. Okay.
Can we take a pause? I'm exhausted.
I don't think we should pause here.
Yeah. Go over to the body of this guard. Is it dead or is it just knocked out or is it got...
It's 200 feet ahead. Are you going 200 feet ahead of the party to go and look at the body of this guard?
No.
Consider, don't.
I'm not.
Consider that this is how the situation happened in the first place. And I will heal myself. So.
So, might sound like a dumb question. What's the plan now?
Go to the Citadel of Last Hope.
The Bastion place. So we're just walking up.
I mean, we could maybe just have a small sit down, maybe a little lie down. I can make us a nice little enclosed space in which we can just sort of have a little break. Does anyone else feel a little break?
Yeah.
Or a big break, possibly.
A little break sounds good.
Very big break.
No, a little break.
We can move into the tree line so we don't...
Hidden.
If they were out here, they knew they were out in this area. Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should move away from this area first. Maybe we should see if that fella over there is dead or unconscious. Because if he's just unconscious, he knows what that place is like.
I think we should.
That's true.
I certainly am at fewer than half hit points.
Let's grab the guard.
If the body has not disappeared, then he's not dead, right? I don't know whether Demodans disappear in the same way as humans do.
The sticky ones that were attached to people, those pieces are still lying around.
Oh, okay.
How about we investigate the one over there, just double check that they're dead, and then find a little area just somehow off to the side or something.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Does anyone else want a clean?
Yes.
Yes.
Prestidigitate.
Thank you.
That'd be great, thank you.
Thank you.
Judah's not actually that dirty.
Fuck off, Judah.
Before that, my plume was literally just
Matty.
One day you're going to get hit by something, Judah, I swear to God. I don't know when I'm going to see that day, but
not today.
Not today. Fucking hell.
Good shout on the invisible thing. There was an invisible thing?
Yeah.
What the fuck did you know that?
How did you know?
Well, we do this all the time. There are always invisible things.
I didn't know there were going to be always invisible
I
things.
just check in case there are invisible things, just in case there are invisible things, because the invisible things are always the worst things.
It did not even occur to me. I was so busy with the things that I could see, let alone the things that I could not.
Really, yes.
You got a good insight for that.
Well
kind of
done.
That's why sometimes it's not good to be intelligent.
What?
I'm assuming we're having this conversation as we're walking towards the body.
I would like to do so stealthily. I'm assuming everyone else will be doing the same thing. As we chat.
We just had a massive battle. There is no point to being
I'm
stealthy
not making
anymore.
the effort.
But we don't want to leave tracks which can be followed. Is my instinct.
Even walking stealthily, you will leave tracks.
The problem with being stealthy is that it also
It's muddy
reduces
ground.
you to half speed.
It's also muddy ground. It's very hard to not leave tracks in that.
And have a good old fly.
As you
I
all
feel like once we've investigated the guard, maybe at that point we should be stealthy when we go to rest.
As you all move forward towards the guard, who in the party has the highest passive perception?
20.
Minus 20.
Mine's a 19.
Okay, there's people with decent high passive perceptions. That's good. Can the three of you with the high... So passive perceptions
20.
above a 17, let's say, for fairness? Can you roll me a survival check?
Survival check.
Oh, yikes. Did you as well?
Oh, sorry, mine's cocked.
That's fine.
It's okay, I get to add 2 to that.
Mine's a 14.
14. 1.
4.
I'm so worried about us making tracks, I swear.
What's the marching order?
I would have thought us at the front. And surely the ranger should be the one rolling survival.
Doesn't
I'm
have
only
a passive.
15, but...
Not a high enough passive. Right, I'll just roll a d6 on that one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No, I don't want to get attacked by
Keldon,
something.
as you are all walking forward,
Why is it always me?
I just rolled for it. It's entirely fair.
Like every single time.
As you walk forward, you and Andreas both spreading out a little to try and cover more ground. You realise that your feet are sinking into the ground, and as you become aware of this, you have sunk
It's sinky here.
3 foot into the quicksand beneath your feet, and you are restrained.
It's alright, there's another 4 feet of me above it.
Yep, you're in.
I mean, I'm not. I'm like, that's barely my knees.
Your feet are restrained. You can't move, and you are still sinking.
Andreas,
What would everyone
grab
like
me.
to do? Everyone gets an action.
Well, if I hear that, I try and, using my ranger senses about the ground and
Sure,
stuff.
promise survival check with advantage.
Could you not pass her the flail or something? It's quite long.
That one will be fine.
Andreas was stood next to me. I've just reached out an arm.
21.
21. You can, walking forward, you can go, you find the edges of it and can reach out a hand to Keldon, and we'll do something in a second with that. Is anyone else helping with this?
Stepping back.
I think it will help Andreas yank impotently. I'll just like hold on to the back of his armour and just like.
How did you know about that?
How did you know about that is what came out there. Cool. Keldon, can you roll me a strength check, just a strength check, with advantage, because Andreas is helping you. The DC is that.
18.
Yep. You managed to pull your feet out and you are yanked out of the quicksand, and Andreas has shown you the edges of it, so
Fuck this place. Jesus, I just want to sleep.
Not as nice.
You can't walk, you can't eat, you can't sleep.
My
you
blade
can't
keeps sinking into the mud. It's not easy to walk
You
here.
can't touch the demons.
But wait till we get to the prison spa.
I cannot wait.
Is there a spa here? That's nice, though. That's well.
He was being sarcastic.
You are funny, Julia.
That doesn't
you
make
arrive
sense.
at the body of the Farastu. It has been pummeled to death. There are some... Sorry, this is a bit grim. There are some hands attached to it that have clearly been cut off.
Oh, Mad Max.
Oh god.
And but it has been pummeled to death and is just lying dead on the ground.
Do you think there's much of a chance of keys on the Farastu? Seem like it's worth getting your hand stuck on it?
Roll an investigation check if you
Put
like.
it with a stick. Okay.
You can roll an investigation check with disadvantage if you want to use a stick.
Yeah. Does it? I mean, what does it look like? Does it look it's a natural thing, or does it look like it's wearing stuff, like a humanoid would
It's
wear
not
stuff?
wearing anything, no.
Okay.
Does it look like it might be carrying keys? I will. If
That's a
you're gonna
very hard thing for me to say.
I'll
An insight check potentially, let's say. Or an investigation check.
I just rolled an investigation check.
Can I help? Can I help? So that,
I rolled an 18 on the dice.
Okay. Are you doing it with a stick or something like that? Or with one of your blades, potentially?
If you are... No, when I said my blade was getting stuck in, I meant my running blade.
Oh, I see. Sorry. Well, if you're
you
having
help
advantage
me,
from Judah, that's a flat
can I-
roll,
can that
so
be a
I'll
flat
allow that.
roll?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Going through it, it is...
Investigation.
It isn't wearing any clothes and doesn't appear to have anything on it.
I just touched all its body for no reason. It was disgusting. I hate this. All right. We found nothing. Is it? Have you got anything where you can ask it questions how it is?
Nope.
No. Well,
You could short rest under a Leoman's tiny hut, which I presume what you were talking about.
can we take? Yeah, sure. Can we take a little break? I'm going to be so grumpy until we can
Yeah.
take a break.
Yeah.
And then,
Will we all fit in a tiny hut?
Yes.
Not that tiny, don't worry.
It's not even a hut, it's just a little dome.
Little dome.
And
Dome of
you can
bliss.
easily place it somewhere where the ground is safe, but you won't have any protection from the ground. Still the ground. So you'll be sitting in the mud, resting.
I hate this place.
Tentacle tubes.
Does anyone
Quite
need...
mucky. I didn't realise it would be so mucky in hell, you know? Fiery, I thought fiery, yes.
You definitely got the best bits first.
You can only get disappointed from there.
Oh dear.
Sorry.
Are you all taking a short rest?
Yeah.
yes.
Then that's a fantastic moment for us to take a short rest too. Oh. we'll see you in about 5-10 minutes when we will come back to Agents of the Nine Hells. Right, and we're back. Agents of the Nine Hells. After a terrible fight with some Demodans, the party are taking a short rest in a Learmon's tiny hut, which has been placed by Perigal. Now, you have short rested. Some of you have used hit dice, is that correct?
Yeah, some people have, and you get an extra 1d8.
Because you used a Song of Rest to play something nice.
Yep.
Splendid.
I did the wrong thing. I think I was at 38, and I should have used my... Damn it. Never mind. I healed 23.
Okay, you're going to cast a healing spell as well to get yourself up to max?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to cast Cure at second level.
Did you get any spells back from a short rest?
You don't.
Cool.
Fluster is back to full fighting strength. Judah gets his superiority dice back. Monsignor gets back the inspirations, that sort of thing. And Perigal gets arcane recovery as well, if that's what you want to use. Brilliant.
Yes, right.
D&D rules out of the way.
What's 11 add 9 add 4?
24.
I've got another 24 back.
Brilliant. So, you are...
I'm back to full.
Yes. As the tiny hut can last for 8 hours, so you'd have to choose to break it, Perigal, if you want to.
Yes, I will choose to break it.
And are you continuing to the Bastion of Last Hope, which you can still, you think, see in the mountains ahead?
Can I just check the rules? When you arcane recovery and it says up to a combined level, you just add the numbers of the level, right?
Yes.
Have a number. Yeah, okay, great. Thank you. Sorry.
No problem. So, are you heading straight there? Yes, mate.
I will be using Natural Explorer because we have been in this terrain type for an hour now. So my proficiency bonus is doubled for proficiency skills if they are int or wisdom related to the thingy. While travelling, blah blah blah. Difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel. Your group can't become lost, except by magical means. You remain alert to danger, even when you're engaged in another activity, chatting. You can move stealthily at a normal pace while alone.
So, yeah, that's just you.
And while tracking creatures, you learn the exact number, sizes, and how long they pass. So I'm thinking, like, if we see any of the prisoner tracks, maybe just keeping a little snoochins on that.
With that in mind, can I ask for the following? Can you make a survival check and add your proficiency to it twice?
Oh, I thought it was a 1, it's a 7. So that would be... Oh. So my survival says +5 and it is proficient. So do I just double the proficiency?
Just the proficiency.
Is that +3
So you
at this
add
level?
4 again.
So you add 4 again.
Add 4. Okay, so +5 +4.
Correct.
So 9, 16.
16, thank you. So you are managing to track through this terrain and avoid quicksand like you had earlier and other other phenomena in the area as the swampy ground underfoot is prone to quicksand and small rivulets that can form and have quite a strong undertow. Andreas's keen ability to track through areas like this is allowing you to move at a normal pace through this morass.
I'm still trying to keep my feet out of the wet. It's not working, but I'm trying.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I get that. Also, Andreas, you do spot some footsteps of some of the prisoners who were there that clearly have escaped, and you are welcome to track them down if you like, or you could leave them be. Some of them are heading loosely in the direction of the Bastion. Some are absolutely not.
I will share this information with the group.
Okay.
There are tracks of the prisoners heading towards the Bastion and elsewhere. Do we want to follow them or...
What do I know about petitioners?
Sure.
Do I know
Roll me
what they are?
a history check.
Oh, I should be guidancing everybody. Guidance!
Does that help a natural 1?
No.
You don't
Forgotten
fully
everything, I know.
understand how the petitioner process works. On Avernus in the Nine Hells, you know that creatures who are brought to the Nine Hells emerge from the River Styx as the lowest form of devil, a lemure. And you know that in the Abyss it's similar, but you've never really experienced it, so that's gone for... And how the other planes work is currently beyond you.
I wonder if we are trying to get more information about the Bastion. If we can find one of these petitioners, they might know a little bit more about it. We might be able to extract some information.
Yeah, how about the ones who are heading towards the Bastion?
Does that seem sensible?
I mean, they're going in the right direction at least.
Would we be able to catch up with them? They had a bit of a head
Very
start.
fast.
I love that you asked me if it seems sensible.
You're very sensible, Andreas. Do not undersell yourself.
Andreas, you can track their
I'll
footsteps,
make a
and
deception check.
they are not.
It's a 21, you believe me.
I believe you anyway.
You are moving at quite a pace because despite this treacherous landscape, Andreas's abilities do mean that you are able to avoid some of the dangers while the footsteps you're tracking get stuck, stop, turn around, move. You can easily follow them and easily catch up to them if you want to.
Does that seem sensible?
Yeah, I'm more wondering. You're in a prisoner party, you get freed, you head back to the last bastion. That seems weird to me.
Maybe they want something from the... We don't know what they're petitioning.
Maybe they want safety or like familiarity. Or they're, slimy politicians.
Yeah, if you're on a prison plane, I'm guessing that actually sometimes the physical prisons might be better than just everything else here.
At the moment, none of the prisoners have actually seen us. Just a thought.
That's true.
I did sort of run out of the forest and then
They were a
Calvin
long
sort of-
way away.
They were. Yeah, they were a long way away while Calvin and you were yelling.
Waved a bit of demon at them.
Demodand.
Demodand.
I can
Demodand?
You wouldn't know that one.
A goopy thing.
I can always pretend to look like something and try and get some information that way, and then we can get some backup in case if that doesn't work. I feel like
Let's
you can-
try and-
you
I,
can-
try and keep up.
I can look like something else as well, yeah.
So we can make a double act and go up there and be like, oh, so what's all this then? You
I
know?
mean, we have tried bashing.
Right?
Just like that.
Yeah, I'll be the straight man person.
Up ahead.
It's not going to be me.
Up ahead, you see three figures that are tracking towards the bastion. They're wearing quite nondescript grey clothes, and their skin pallor is quite grey, as you can tell from this distance even. And as you approach from behind, you're not trying to be stealthy at all. One turns around, sees you, and says something, and all three start trying to run, but they're exhausted and they don't know where they're going.
We were going to change forms into the... We were going to disguise ourselves.
Yeah.
You can still do that.
Have they already seen us?
Yeah, if they've already seen,
that's
not going to
They saw figures on the horizon. They haven't seen any great detail. You were quite a way away.
Can we go? Does it seem like a good idea?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. If we're near enough, I can also just sort of say hello in their heads. Don't run away. We just wanted to say hi. But that might not be as convincing as
I don't think that's how...
your whole...
I don't think that's how they speak.
you mean I'd have to...
I think you have to... You've got to try put a little bit more menace into it.
Can I assume that you're jogging towards these people who are trying to run but failing?
Exactly how far away are they?
At this point, they are roughly 100 feet away.
Do you want to just we could drop straight in front of them if you want.
That'd be really terrifying for them, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's join hand. Yeah.
What are you disguising
I mean,
self
I would also be careful about spell slots, but it's entirely up to you how you use your spell slots.
This is what my spell slots are for, is talking to people. That is what all my spells are basically.
What are you disguising yourselves as?
For us to?
Yeah.
The Farastu, so two of the sort of lizardy, fishy style things with the big
Not
claws.
because they look particular as well. The petitioners look kind of weirdly grey,
There's a greyness to them that you've only ever seen at a distance, but looks a bit odd.
so you could
Would
also
you-
be them.
Prefer us to wait here or to amble up slowly behind?
Try not to look.
At a signal, maybe?
Yeah.
We shall walk very slowly.
I can sending if necessary or message if you're a bit closer for the signal.
Maybe just don't turn into the things that they like beating to death.
But
I
you
know
might
there'll
get
be
some
two of us.
information out of them if you are the
This is
guards.
This is the goal, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Plan. So we're gonna go up there and be like, "Yeah, you have escaped from the. You're bad people."
That was wonderful. That was good.
I can basically try to magically get them to tell us stuff.
Oh,
Actually, I can do that too.
Yeah.
Great. That's even better. I can only do it for a minute.
Yeah, same.
Mine can be if it becomes a disaster. Let's go.
Okay.
we'll just stay
I
here.
hold up a hand and
And look,
high five.
How far away are they going?
100 feet.
Oh, that's cool.
We're going to look nonchalant.
So yes.
Cover.
And
The eyes.
disguising yourself as Farastu, you both appear in front of these three running figures. As you appear in front of them, they all stop and all three are like.
So yeah, it's probably in your best interest to tell us what you're doing.
What language are you speaking?
I am going to speak Common, because I've got Infernal, but it sounds like everything's been kind of abyssally, but I am casting Suggestion whilst I do this.
Okay. On one of them, Suggestion's a target one person spell.
Not if you upcast, I think.
You're upcasting it because you just used a 4th level spell slot.
I think you can upcast.
Have a look at it, let me know.
Oh. Oh, that sucks. I don't think you can.
It's already a very powerful spell.
Maybe I was already thinking of a command or something. Whichever one was leading, whichever one was in front.
Okay. Two of them look a bit confused at hearing a Farastu speak Common. The one in front is Wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
What did you say?
I said, it's in your best interest to tell us what on earth you're doing, or what you're doing.
Running away because we don't like you. Oh,
And you think you're going to be safer in the Bastion?
yeah, because you lot don't live there. What's going on?
You really think you can hide from us there?
But it's like,
We have got eyes everywhere.
yeah, but we they look confused as all hell. The one who you've ensorcelled is going, but you don't hang out there. You
Exactly.
just
What do you
heard
think
us
you know
there.
What do you think you know about the Bastion?
Well, it's a place where you can go and get new papers and a new identity and stuff, innit?
Oh, I see. Oh, so that's your plan.
And you think you can get there safely without
Bill,
us.
shut up! Yeah, it's definitely not just a prison that you lot keep people in. It's really like meh. And the other two are just like, one of them is just going, fuck this, just backs off a little bit and starts legging it. Like you see from behind that one of them is just running off at a tangent.
Shall I go get that one? Shall I go and get that one?
Sounds like a plan.
I'm gonna
You're just in front of, yeah, you're so much faster than him as you go. He's like, oh.
I've got big claws.
Roll me an intimidation check.
Intimidation, that is a 23.
Sorry, I thought I could get away.
You want to come back with us, don't you?
No. You note he's only got one hand.
Oh.
Fine. Splits at your feet.
Fluster, has a probably fairly visible, wobble of horror, but I don't know how much that would carry through.
Can you roll me the intimidation check again, and if it's lower,
Yeah, take that.
recursive disadvantage. It's not cool.
It's not,
You maintain, you hold it. The other two are still with you. One is tugging at the going, why do you keep saying stuff? Yeah, it's a place we can all hide out if there's people who can help us.
So yeah, I forget that you guys, you lot get pretty desperate, don't you? I bet you do anything for some people to help you out.
Well, yeah. The other one's just stood behind now.
What would you ever offer anyone that you could meet? Go on, make me laugh.
Suggestion's still active. Knock knock. You said make me laugh.
Who's that?
Wooden.
Wooden who?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Hey!
Can I have herded the other one back and just flex the hand and just go, yes.
God. What on earth would someone like you ever be able to offer someone who would help them?
Well, I'd offer help. I'm not offering help. I'm asking for help. I'd go and ask for help, and there are people there who can do stuff, and you can offer favors. You can offer there are ways out of here. There are definitely ways out of here. I don't know much, but I know that you can get out of here. Definitely.
What do you suggest we do with this sorry lot?
I mean, if they're trying to find ways out, it feels like we should probably find out what those are, so we can foil that. They say with utmost confidence.
That sounds like a plan, Chief. I point at Fluster.
Yeah, can you both make performance checks?
Nothing!
It's a 6 on the dice. That's a 19.
Okay.
24, mate.
There's a confusion because you're not behaving like Thrust usually. You're speaking in common. There's a lot of weird stuff, but they're still buying the act. And the one who suggested is still suggested.
Yeah, it lasts for 8 hours concentration.
Yep.
Whilst I point at you, trying to make it look like I cast message and just go in your head. There's a voice that goes, "Is it worth trying to get allies?"
You have to whisper for message.
You do have to whisper for message. That's a 24 on performance. I am not being a dick about it.
I sort of like make furious eye contact and then Fluster, the badass.
I guess if that's the plan, we should be a bit more honest, a bit more upfront.
Perhaps.
I'm gonna drop disguise self.
They all were. And the one who was hunkered behind one of the just goes, "All right." And you say, "That makes a lot of sense."
I also drop suggestion because it feels a bit of a douche move to keep that. Sorry, obviously didn't know exactly what your deal was, and I kind of wave over the heads of all of you, kind of as a.
I think that.
Is that us? Right.
Yeah. She wants you to shoot them.
The shooting signal looks much more vicious.
Squelch.
Yeah. Sorry about that. And they're our mates. Everyone who's coming, so don't worry about them.
Who the fuck are you?
Fellow petitioners looking for a way out of Carceri.
Yep.
Roll a deception check with advantage, Monsoon, because you're still looking like a Foresto at the moment.
That is a 17 and an 18, so that would be a 31.
Don't bother rolling.
Add them together.
No. Maybe 7 plus 18 isn't 31, mate.
My deception modifier is a plus 13.
But.
But.
Right. Because you don't look like, I guess. So you know we're going to get out, right? You know we're going to get out.
Well, we definitely don't intend on staying here, so yeah, we know we're going to get out.
Yeah, cool, nice. I was like, yeah, nice.
Cool. We're a bit new to this place.
Sorry, still look like a... Would you mind not?
Fine. And I think their form goes almost cloud-like, like the wisps of cloud. It sort of forms back and then forms back down into little tiny tabaxi.
Oh, right. Cool.
Good evening.
Sorry, just the that lot are really nasty.
I get that.
Yeah.
I'm Monsoon, by the way.
What?
Names. I thought we'd try doing names.
Right.
Monsoon.
Yeah. I'm.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, mate.
Sorry, I've been here a while. It's hard to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I made a joke about names earlier, so that's a little bit of a misdirect, but they don't remember their names.
Bill a moment ago.
I know, but
Default
it was a
nickname.
joke. It was a joke. It's not actually a name.
Is there something you would like us to use?
I don't know, honestly. I don't know. And all three of them are looking a bit like, how the hell do you lot remember your names? But the deception roll was high, so
Yeah. Right.
the others are all approaching now.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
So these folks are grand.
Like us, they all can't remember their names except for Monsoon.
Yep.
None of obviously, like the rest of us,
What?
they cannot remember their names.
I don't understand.
Their brains are pretty right now.
You do note that all three of them look remarkably similar.
Yeah. Oh, this is creepy.
They're at different body heights, different builds, but their features seem to have all slowly started to amalgamate.
Do you remember anybody's names?
No,
Do you remember what you did?
what do you mean?
Like in life?
I'm alive.
Before here?
I don't really understand.
Never mind.
All three of them are looking a little confused now.
Well, we should continue walking.
Yeah, because we're all going to get out, and the other two
Exactly.
agree. Yeah, we're all definitely getting out. Like,
They're
we
all-
know we're getting out.
They're also heading to the bastion to find that exit of
Yeah.
Carceri. So
Yeah.
To get to the bastion, you get out. Everyone knows that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where were the
I've just got a face fighter
Yeah.
on, but the faces are.
where were you going with those lovely young fish people?
Well, they're the jailers, aren't they?
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Very sticky.
Where were you going?
Yeah, they grab hold of you and don't let go.
Where do jailers take people around here?
Oh, they take you all over the place. They're basically trying to take you to places where they can, yeah. And they all go really quiet.
Because it did look to us like they were heading to the bastion, didn't it?
In the general direction, yes.
Can I insight check whether they don't know or whether they don't want to tell us?
Sure.
13.
They don't really understand where they are or what's going on.
Does it seem like they are? Because everything that we've heard about Carceri is that when you get to the bastion, you don't get out. Right? That's everything that we've understood so far.
I thought it was.
I mean, no one gets
this
out
plane,
anyway.
it's
Yeah,
Carceri,
it's not the bastion. It's no one gets out.
But for them to be repeating,
Yep.
when you get to the bastion, you get out.
Yep.
Does it seem like they're under some sort of influence, or does it seem like this is something that they genuinely believe?
Roll me an insight check.
I mean, like, do they believe it naturally, or have they
or have they been influenced?
Yeah. Okay.
Not bad. That's a 21.
They have clearly been magically influenced to believe the bastion is the way out.
Well, we also wish to go to the bastion because it is the way out. So
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
we should all walk together.
All right, that sounds lovely.
Yep.
Okay.
Do any of my companions look any greyer than when we arrived here?
Roll me a perception check.
27.
No. None of them died and were sent here.
Cool. Good.
Okay.
Just checking that you know.
Yeah.
Just out of game.
Erigor's backstory revealed.
Our mission is to find a specific person.
Scary off.
Are we thinking they're in the bastion, or are we thinking they're just on this?
No, they're in the bastion.
told.
We were told
Told they're in the bastion.
Yeah.
Okay.
specifically.
Are we within 1,000 feet of the bastion?
How many miles is 1,000 feet? I'm not big on this. I'm German.
I always think that is a mile like a little bit out.
I don't know. You're still a bit far out.
Okay. And once we get nearer to the bastion, I have a way of finding them, assuming they're in there.
Okay.
Exodus was referred to as a he.
The eggs, yeah.
Exius was referred to as a he.
I mean,
Finding him.
No.
You can continue to head towards the bastion. Andreas is tracking still tracks, so you can still track and avoid the dangers of the landscape. There are occasional little streams that you circumnavigate. Going over them is treacherous because it's so muddy that like the sides slide in, and the streams themselves are quite muddy. And if you look inside, surprisingly deep. Like
Tomorrow I will prepare control water.
That seems sensible.
Near the water.
but you manage to circumnavigate that. This is as you start getting towards the slightly rockier bits that are clearly the beginnings of the mountain range that you've seen. And the range, don't forget, this landscape is slightly more curved than you're used to. It's a smaller planetoid, effectively, although you don't know that. And the mountains are surprisingly tall and jagged the closer you get. Like, they are big, big, big. Like, one is so big, you almost can't see over the horizon where the top of it is.
While we're travelling, I would like to, as surreptitiously as possible, in a way that doesn't that the petitioners will not be aware of, let each person in the party know that the petitioners' beliefs are founded in magical misdirection, not necessarily a truth. So each of you will be aware of that, unless you would like me to make some kind of roll to...
Totally fine to do that quietly. There was a very high deception roll earlier, and also they're not really that with it.
Can we unensorcel them?
Memory magic is powerful.
Can you roll me a rangery somethingy? This is interesting. It's an interesting one. I don't quite know what to put it under. I think I'll make it a history check with advantage. I know you're not great at them, but...
Is that cocked? No, that's 17. 16, 17, minus 2 is 15.
Even with a 15, creatures that die and go to the lower planes and become petitioners there, which is what this is, they are magical creatures made of the plane of existence they are in. They are what they are now.
So they're essentially tiny little demons at the bottom of the pile.
Effectively, yes.
Wanting to... Lemures?
Lemure would be in the Nine Hells specifically, or in the Abyss specifically. It might be something else in the Nine Hells. There are very lower level ones where in those planes of existence you're coming back to be part of the Blood War. These are not part of that.
Okay, so they're sort of lost souls, or they want to become...
They're prisoners forever.
Okay.
This plane sucks.
I hate this place.
It's not pleasant.
As the mountains become more rocky, there are more like sharp crags as you go between them, with these very fast-running, very quick rivers in between that lead down to these flat mud flats that you've just come through.
I share that information on the loader.
That's fine. As you're making your way through, you have to occasionally scramble and climb to get through these sort of almost rocky ravines, and you are now within 1,000 feet of this basalt, almost block in the side of the mountain. It is very clearly shaped like a keep, but it appears to be made of very, very black, dark rock, and also appears to be shaped somewhat like a toad.
Cool.
But the entrance, what it looks like, is the creature's mouth.
If there are things that we are doing to get more information, now might be a time to do it before we get too close.
I mean, the thing that I have will only last for 1 hour, and I can find the person with pinpoint accuracy.
Fantastic.
I could scry from here.
To find out where they are and what they're doing.
I could see them from here. But all that will mean is that I have seen them.
Yes.
And I've already seen them.
Let's save it a bit, I'd say.
1,000 foot away is about 300 meters away for us Continentals. So you are now quite close to the town, I suppose.
Well, I suppose I could cast it now. It's not going to take us an hour to get there.
It won't take you an hour to get there.
See people going in and out. Does it look like a fortress?
It looks like a fortress. The mouth is very much the front door, but it doesn't appear to be guarded or anything.
But there's no traffic.
No.
All right, I'm going to cast...
Occasional figures in grey stepping through in.
In, not out.
In, not out.
Like these prisoners.
Like these prisoners. And as you get closer, they are clearly more excited to get there and saying, like, yeah, we're going to get out. We're there now. We'll definitely get out.
Should we be trying to disguise ourselves? We are all quite colourful compared to these people.
Yeah, that's a point.
Some of us have no ability to do so. Is there a river between us and the city?
There is another quite sharp ravine, yes. With a
River, running water at least 10 feet wide.
That could be, yes.
No, but is there?
Yes.
We will have to cross the river first.
Just if anyone does want to try and make themselves look a little bit more,
Nondescript.
Ashen.
yeah, I could help with that.
Could we not just rub some ash?
Take a little roll in the mud.
As in, I've got something that's like one step above ash.
Could you be a bit more specific?
What,
Remember
makeup?
last time?
Fair. Makeup. Obviously, we could always make ourselves look different if anyone wants. Just like
Are you slowing down and stopping to do this? Because your new friends will just go, what are you waiting for? Like, we're right there. We're going to go, okay? Like, you do what you need to do, but, like, we're going to get out. It's totally fine. We're going.
It was lovely to meet you. Have a lovely time.
I think we can let them go.
All three of them step off and, move off towards and run into the big open mouth.
There is no
You're
helping them.
okay.
I'm going to untie the red ribbons from around the arms of my armour.
Okay.
Put them away.
A couple of other figures you see moving past you now, going in. All, again, they don't look exactly the same, but they are all slowly fading towards the same body type. Like, species differentiation becomes difficult.
I like root around in my different duster pockets on the inside and bring out like some kind of grey face paint style.
Fine. Yep.
If anyone wants it, if we're gonna try
Please
and
do our
blend in.
I can
Quite hairy.
prestidigitate my robes and
The thing is, we'll all
Mess
be
them up.
different shapes and sizes, and they are all the same shape and size.
I have ears.
Yeah, it was
I
just
have a plume.
It's so nice. I can prestidigitate the plume.
I'm a giant.
That you are.
I
Yeah.
prestidigitate the plume, so it says soiled, but
I
I'm
mean,
gonna try.
something like
You soil Andreas's
No, I can
plume.
make colour. I'm making it greyish and yes.
I'm going to be make-upped. Make me up.
Yeah, I make you up. And also hold it out to Judah.
Yeah.
Might as well
Yeah.
go a little bit higher.
Do you want me to make a check?
Yeah, make a check with a disguise kit and a charisma modifier, please.
Charisma modifier plus proficiency because I
Yep,
have
please.
proficiency in it.
I just use.
Ooh. Well, that's 9 plus 3 plus 7, is it?
I don't know.
Plus,
Four
so
is
plus
your
4.
proficiency.
So yeah, so 9 plus 7, 16.
16, okay.
How much of that grey stuff do you have?
Oh, plenty.
That's quite a lot of me.
Yeah.
The 16 carries if you want to be made up.
Is this okay? Sorry, just say if
Yep.
you want to do it.
Yep.
Yep. I'll just get the bits that you can't. Yep. Yep.
Maybe take some of the sparkly stuff off. You look quite.
Oh yeah. Oh right. I'll take
The thing is that they all look the same, and
Well,
It's true. Even with a 16 disguise, y'all don't look
Mine
really
are.
like petitioners.
We would just.
I do.
Well, you do, yeah.
We do the best we can.
Yeah.
we had to go in the front. It doesn't look like there's another way in. Might as well take the easy option and see
Do you think it's?
where we go from there.
Yeah.
Everyone else on this plane has been programmed to go through that front door.
Yep.
Why don't we recce around the building and see if there's another way in?
It might be worth taking another look.
Okay.
Certainly not trying to stop anyone going in the front door.
Let's do a quick recce.
Do a little look.
Good idea.
Certainly, if we can get over this river, that will be helpful.
Yeah, you do. You can do a quick recce around. You can roll perception checks as you move around it, having a look at different angles if you like.
Yeah.
It would be good to be unseen while we're
Roll
doing
stealth checks then.
I will guidance myself as I roll my stealth check.
Fine.
That's disadvantage.
At disadvantage.
Nice. Oh, I rolled
a natural 1.
hey, 12.
synthetic 20.
Synthetic 20.
Synthetic.
Is this the perception or is this the stealth?
The stealth.
3.
26.
17.
17.
19.
19. 3. So it doesn't really matter.
26.
I know. As you all cross this ravine and are now right on the edge of the fortress, you can see that on the ramparts there are some of the
Oh, we
Demonens.
crossed the ravine.
Yes, you have.
I'm probably not very stealthy because I'm busy casting Locate Creature.
You get you get inside the fortress. You only get one Yugoloth.
I'm not casting it on a Lugoloth, I'm casting it on a Scaroloth.
You only get one Scaroloth.
Scaroloth is a subtype of Yugoloth.
Yes,
Correct.
but I don't care about Yugoloths, I only care about the Scaroloth.
Just
You get a bing on one Scaroloth inside the fortress. As you're going around the edge, you do see various guards on the ramparts of the different Demodan types that you've seen, all looking out a bit, and one definitely sees you and looks a bit confused and speaks to someone behind him. And one of the chateau creatures is now stepping out of the mouth towards you. It's currently unarmed, just walking towards you.
They don't need to be armed.
I
The last one wasn't armed.
Walking towards you, it shouts, "Not petitioners!"
In which language?
Abyssal.
I understand.
How close?
It's getting within about 30 feet of it. Not petitioners.
Well, no, not petitioners specifically. It depends on the definition of petitioners, whether it is to petition or whether it is to petition in a different sense. Because there are multiple senses.
Are you
of that,
speaking in
actually.
Abyssal?
I am speaking in Infernal because it's the closest I can do. However, Enthrall
Yep.
doesn't require that it actually understands my language.
It just means it can only perceive you.
If it fails the wisdom saving throw, then it has disadvantage on any perception checks made to perceive any creature other than me until either the spell ends in a minute or it can no longer hear me.
Looking straight at you, it swaps to Infernal and goes, "Not petitioners."
No, not petitioners. And I'm doing this with my arms while I'm talking. Sorry, just flexing out. No, well, not petitioners. It depends. What is your personal actual
I keep
definition of
walking past
petitioners?
Yeah, you're fine too.
What's your actual personal definition of petitioners? Because I actually find this really fascinating. If you actually look, because obviously we're talking in Infernal now, and when you translate it between
If
Infernal and
you're
Abyssal,
not
it's really
a
funny.
petitioner, please enter. You're free to enter.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. Do you have a name? Do you know what your name is? It'd be great just to have first name terms here.
Irilex.
Irilex.
Yeah.
Monsoon, lovely to meet you, Irilex. That's absolutely
You
amazing. Well, I'm
talk
just
a
gonna-
lot, Monsoon.
Yeah, well, like I say, words are fascinating. They're just the best thing,
Have you
aren't they?
brought money?
Oh, well, obviously, again, money, currency, very different things in terms of trade, in terms of what you're actually thinking about. Well, I don't know what kind of thing you consider money, because it might be quite different to what I consider money again. We might be having some translation issues right here.
Coins.
Oh, I don't tend to
Larvae.
I don't tend to get involved in any
Gold,
of those
I guess.
things. I've got a bit of gold, but a bit of gold just like smooth.
Please enter.
Amazing, brilliant. And I'm just gonna like kind of hop up to where the rest of you are.
Yeah, we've all just been like awkwardly like, we going? Walking.
As the six of you walk towards the door, inside the door, it's very dark, but as you step inside and your eyes adjust to the light, ahead of you is just a funnel, at the end of which is a small gate. People are walking through. Petitioners are just moving towards it quite quickly and running through the gate. As you walk in, a couple of the quite acidy skinned ones, the ones staying more than 10 feet away from you because of the effect of their skin.
Sticky ones.
Not the sticky ones, the acidy ones,
sneaky
the sneaky ones. Just go, of course, this way, please, and point you toward the side exit. The petitioners are just walking straight past.
Lovely. This way, yes, lovely. Okay.
Sure.
That was yes. Thought
And
that'd
you're
be more
funneled through
problem.
a side entrance. It's quite a small corridor, but you do get through it. And as you move through this corridor, you are moved inside this fortress. Very tall basalt towers, like skyscraper height, that are all on the back of this giant toad, effectively, or from the ground up. A big basalt ring wall around the edge, and throughout the streets you see Some demons, some devils. Night hags in particular are quite popular here. Some humanoids, but very, very few. You are very clearly in an absolute minority here. And people are generally not talking to each other. When they do, there's kind of a snarling, biting, like, it's clearly not a great place for these people to be, but they're not actually drawing weapons here. Various of the Demodans that you have seen, that's the Therastu, the Kelebar, and the Chateau, are patrolling or are up on top of things, looking down, and if there is a fight breaking out, which you'll see occasionally, they quickly move to quell it. There's no obvious way to go or thing to do here. It's just people moving around. If you do see petitioners, which is extremely rare, it is a group of about 10 to 15 being moved from one giant tower to another. Inside, as you walk past this, the giant towers, you can occasionally hear screams, shouts, but that's about all you get.
We're caught up.
Yes, you've all caught up and you're all walking inside.
Where is the Scaroloth?
You get a pip very much from the back end of this complex, and as you're walking past these tall towers, the bottom levels of all these towers, some of these appear to be residences, domiciles for, quite a few of the creatures that live here. Occasionally you'll see like a storefront, but they're selling like things you don't recognize. Often it's sort of small purple sacks about this size that appear to be squirming slightly.
Larvae.
Yep.
Yeah, they're big on lava and soul coins, apparently. But yeah, plot twist, actually fine for us to just walk in here.
Yeah, maybe everyone is always friendlier than you think.
Would I know what? Would
This
we know?
place sucks.
Would we know about soul coins and lava?
You would know about soul coins. Larvae have a very specific trading thing that if you have only spent time on Avernus, you probably don't know that much about.
So what are soul coins?
Soul coins are coins that contain the soul of a creature.
Nice.
No.
Minted by Mammon.
Minted by Mammon.
Really?
Yeah. And larvae are petitioners from Hades.
Where's Hades on this?
Well, the Scaroloth is in sort of that direction.
Right, let's swiftly move on then. Go say hi, ask for some information, leave. Perfect.
Can you roll a perception check? You specifically, Colin.
Oh, good. Me specifically. Well, I will guidance myself.
How? You don't know what you don't know to do it before you do it.
Fine. In that case, it's a 16.
16. As you are walking down the street and you look, because it's all quite grid laid out, it's quite, like a sort of big skyscrapery city. As you look down one of these side streets, you see a gigantic demon that resembles a minotaur walking down a cross street. Well, it's large.
That was would you just excuse me for 1 second? I'm just
You should
gonna
not go
down
alone.
I don't say what I saw.
Have we been left by the?
Yeah, but
They'll let you in, they'll let
If
you
you're starting to move off,
like
Well, I just
what's the
followed
matter?
down.
or
Where are you going? Where are we going now? Is it this way?
I have started to walk.
I'm fine.
We were following your
We're following you anyway. That must be this way. Okay.
As you walk across and look down, it has started to walk down the street, but you don't recognise this kind of demon. You've never seen it before, but it is definitely too big to just be a minotaur.
Oh no, misunderstanding. Sorry, it's actually that direction.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
No problem.
How many horns?
2
so having seen
big hairless minotaur.
Hairless. Ew.
having seen the petitioners being moved from unpleasant tower to unpleasant tower,
Yep.
I think I would have lifted my mask of many faces and no longer looked exactly like one.
Because you were with the others, I will have presumed that people would have given you a wide berth.
And that way. And
As you move towards the back of the town, the buildings get a bit less well looked after. Like, even this town has a shit neighbourhood.
Wow.
And as you're going through it, it's definitely more dangerous. You can, like, there's more people attacking each other in the streets sometimes, but you can avoid those. People aren't generally attacking humanoids. You're demons and devils generally going at each other, but you can avoid most things by being careful, which I presume you are.
Yes, we should stick as a group.
I'm just going to be prestidigitating everything as we go so we don't make a bad first impression.
Okay.
It's a thing with 6 legs.
Man up.
You get to the back of the town, and down some steps is very clearly at the edge of town is a runoff gutter, and next to it is a tower that is leaning against the back wall at a slight angle, and it's much, much shorter. You know that inside that tower is where the ping is coming from. There is a door, but it's at a slight angle. Everything's a bit wonky and a bit off.
Well, it's definitely inside that very wonky tower.
Do you walk straight in? What do you do?
We should knock on the door.
Yes. Are there windows or anything? Are there windows or
Should
anything?
we?
There are
Grace says.
glassless open windows in the bottom level where there are shops, almost like shop fronts. This doesn't have a shop front; it's just a house. Well, apartment.
Should some of us knock and some of us hide so that they're like a backup party?
Would you like that?
I don't know.
We should just say hello and introduce ourselves, see if they invite us in.
How noisy is it around this area?
Quiet.
It's quiet.
Every now and again, you hear a scream, choked very quickly.
Okay.
This place sucks.
Just from, I'm happy to roll insight. Do I get the sense that it would draw way too much attention to play a song right now?
There aren't many creatures around here.
Yeah. So that would it seems like it would be okay just to get away with that.
Give it a go.
Just before we all go in to meet the Scariloth thingama thing, and get information. Maybe just really quick. Okay.
Performance. Oh, lovely. That's nice.
Yep.
Should we just go around the corner so we're not outside this front door?
Place for it, but
Just round the corner?
Yep. And I'm going around the corner. We're not the kind of people who have many plans, but maybe this time we can. I would like to think that we can work together and make all this situation just a little bit better. So let's go with care. Let's go with a little bit of caution on our way. And maybe that is how we will see somewhere else again someday. So let's just be quiet, let us be careful. Let's not dare too much on this our journey. Let's be quiet, let's be a little careful, and maybe we'll get out of Carceri. No, I can.
Well.
Paragal is actually clapping.
Just because.
Jesus, did you hear the choir?
Oh, I thought
What was that song?
That song, because I don't know what this Scariloth is like.
Yep.
That is me giving one inspiration to each person. Wow. That's all my bardic inspirations until my next short rest.
Everyone has inspiration dice.
Got it for 10 minutes. So it's just in case something goes down.
Okay.
You need an extra D8 for anything. But yeah.
It's very different from Elvish music, but it really is rather jolly. I do quite like it. I didn't realise it was supposed to be instructional, but that's an interesting new use of music.
Yeah, sometimes instructional, just when it feels really important.
You're currently all in front of this building, slightly.
No, we went
Well, just slightly around
Okay,
the corner.
you're on the side of this
Next
building.
to
You
the
can
building.
see this building does have windows around the side. It might make sense, for example, to have people going in the back. It's up to you what you do.
Did we? But we might need to talk to this thing.
Yes, we should go in, say hello.
Yeah.
Who do we
Be
think
polite.
would point on the talking?
Judah in the back.
I'm gonna enhance ability.
Oh, which one?
It's what's it called? Eagle
Splendor.
Splendor. Advantage on charisma checks.
Thank you. That's great.
for an hour.
That means your locate creature has faded. Concentration.
Yeah, but I know where it is. We're still in front of his house.
Sure.
All right.
And that,
You've already done it.
So you can have the help, and I can maybe be sneaky, go around the back, because
now we have to move quite quickly because I no longer know where it is.
Okay, well,
around the back.
So you two are around the back.
I'm going.
You're going to knock on the door. What are you three doing?
Front door.
Going to knock on the front door as well?
It seems the most polite thing.
I'll go around the back then, so there's also some.
Okay.
You are not
Three.
quiet.
Oh, you don't want any on-foot back?
I was thinking of them not knowing that we are there, but
In case it runs past you?
why the fuck not? Let's go.
From inside, there is a clattering noise.
can I go to the door?
Sure.
No one looks like they urgently need me to stop.
No. Are you going to the back?
To the back. Let's go.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You be stealthy at the back. I'll go to the front.
Judah?
Yeah.
As you head round the corner to the back of the building, there is a flash as a creature runs out of the back and just pegs it down the road.
Let's go! Yeah.
Now, you are stupidly fast.
I'm insanely fast.
You will catch up to this creature immediately if you want to, because you've taken enough time to tabaxi not move for a round to therefore use your entire movement. And Judah, you can shoot arrows. So as it runs,
Do you yell to let us know?
Yeah.
as he runs, just pegs it down the street. What are you doing? Talk me through what you'd like to do. No initiative, just tell me what you'd both like to do.
Exist. Right. Okay. Have you got anything at the minute?
I'm gonna shoot it and knock it down if I can, but I want to see if you can
Yeah. Okay.
reach it and stop it before that.
As you run, he is fast.
Yeah.
He is very fast. He's already gone 90 feet, so he's running down. Yeah, I can use Expeditious Retreat. So he's running down to the end of the street, and he's also six-legged, really quick. You can catch up to him, though. What do you want to do?
Okay. I think I will run up, try and, like, if I can. How large is this creature?
Medium. A bit shorter,
So-
about the same, a bit shorter than you, because most of it's length.
Because it's length. Okay,
Yeah.
but not enough to, like, jump on the back of, sort of thing. Like,
You could, if you wanted to.
but I think if I can grab his shoulder and just I don't know. Oh, this is a risk. But just Exus, we need to talk to you.
What are you doing?
Like sprinting, and does it look like he's going to stop?
As you run in front and try and put a hand on his shoulder,
Yeah.
he's already flinching away and trying to run past you. He looks terrified.
Okay.
But he always looks terrified.
Okay. Okay. What I'm going to do. This might be a mistake, people, but you will have to forgive me. When I touch him on the shoulder, I cast Friends.
Is there a saving throw on Friends? There isn't,
Yes.
is there? I think there is a saving throw on Friends. I think it just
No.
happens. Okay.
Magician, you have. Yeah.
Sorry, my phone just died. Right, so you run past and run in front of him and cast Friends.
Wait. We just
What do you
need
want?
to talk to you.
What do you want? What do you want?
Everyone, can you get here, please?
People can get 90 feet pretty quickly,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's only a minute.
Yeah.
What is going on?
We need some information that we know you
You're
have.
gonna hurt me. You're all gonna
No,
hurt
we're
me.
not going to hurt you.
Everyone
If
always
you don't-
hurts me.
Listen to me. If you don't run, we will not hurt you.
Oh, he's cowering and
Yeah.
cringing in front of you.
We are your
just
friends.
collapsing in on himself. Oh, don't
We
hurt
are your
me.
friends. You are safe here. Even when this changes, listen to me. You are safe. My friends are now in a big circle around us, and you're not going to be able to get past them. While you do not move, we will not hurt you. You are more useful to us alive and uninjured.
Everyone always tries to hurt me.
I'm actually very good at not hurting people and making people feel better.
Hello, it's terribly nice to meet you. Are you, Exus?
And the friends wears off.
Remember, while you do not run,
We won't hurt you. And also, I know you say that everyone hurts you, but look around at us. We don't really look like we belong here, do we? We probably look quite different to most of the people that you've seen for quite a long while. I'm guessing that humanoids who are not from around here are not the kind of people who have actually been hurting you, so you can trust us. You can. Can I do a persuasion roll?
Yeah, with advantage because you have people around you.
Well, I've got enhanceability.
Oh, yeah, do that.
So the enhance is just advantage on
Any charisma check
any charisma check.
for an hour or until I do this.
While this is happening, I'm checking where we've come back, where we just run from,
Perception
just
check.
to see if that, aroused any people who were around.
28.
It's so annoying. That should have been
Plus 13. It's my other plus 13.
27.
No one appears to have followed this.
Okay.
Okay. It's alright. We don't need to be scared.
You are safe here with us.
We'd be happy to talk to you in your house.
We wouldn't gain anything from hurting you.
They're after me. They're all after me.
We can protect you.
Who's after you?
Everyone's after me. They want me to go home, and I don't want to go home. I hate home. Home's terrible.
Oh, where are you from?
I'm from Hades. I'm a Yugoslav, ain't I?
Of course, that home, yes.
So you moved to this neighbourhood.
Yeah. Get away.
It's awfully nice.
So you said everyone wants you to go home. That's why would
they keep sending out the
Okay. Why don't you know that we're not going to hurt you? We could go back to. Was that your home?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't want to impose or anything, but
Is that?
If you're gonna kill
Standing
me
in the
anyway, then I'd
streets.
rather die at home.
oh, that's lovely.
Oh, mate.
Oh, mate.
There's been like too many NPCs that have like gently broken one single time tonight. How about we go home and we just talk? That's genuinely all we want, is to talk.
Do you want to buy information? Is that what you do? Because that's what I do, sell information.
Someone's changed their tune.
bet you're fantastic at that.
Yeah.
Convenient.
How about we go have a nice barter session?
Back in your little safe space.
If that's all right.
Cool.
We could bring maybe a bottle of something, or if you need us to bring snacks or something. We don't want to be rude and not arrive with anything.
He just starts leading you all back to his.
I look for an off license on the way.
There isn't one.
So it's fascinating. It's fascinating that you have been getting messages asking you to come home. Who could those have been from?
The general's been talking in my head again.
That sounds awful. I'm so sorry.
It's driving me round the bend. It's too much.
That does sound very distressing.
He leads you into dirty hovel of a shop covers it. There are books and papers lining the walls, and he's clearly got lots of tables he's making notes on of things. Like, he is an information broker. Not a very good one, but he is still one, and clearly files information in his own way. But as you enter inside, there's not many chairs. It's just papers and books literally everywhere. So what is it you want to know? Who are you?
We're just friends.
Perigal, hello. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's a mandible.
Nice to meet you. Well, mandibles are this bit.
Oh, what are they called?
Insectifoot.
Insectifoot.
Don't know what they're called. Insectifoots.
Don't know what they're called.
Flutter of wings. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Hiya.
Monsoon.
Hey,
Keldon?
you're very different from. Oh,
Yes.
there was one here earlier. Was really mean.
Oh, I'm very sorry about that. Were they hairless?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. We may have slightly seen them.
Yeah. I told them what they wanted to know. So it's
What
fine.
did they want to know?
Well, they're on their way to see the general as well, and they were told that they needed to check in with me about something, and
What was the something?
they wanted to know about the about the Heart of Darkness, but I didn't know anything, although I've now looked and I do have it. And so she comes back with a book. Just place it. I have found it. I knew I had one. I knew it's it. Puts it on the table. And, so I said he'd come back tomorrow and said he'd better have it. So, yeah, got it now, so that's good.
What did you find out about the Heart of Darkness?
I think I look over it when he says Heart of Darkness. I just look expectantly at Perigal. Like, have I read that one?
Roll me a history check.
Read a lot of books, but
You're very good with all these
doesn't
things.
sound like the kind of thing I'd usually be reading, to be honest. Oh, yes. 28.
28.
Yes.
Vaguely. It's an artifact talked about in very vague terms that has something to do with demon and devil origins, but you don't know exactly what it is. Even with a 28, it's incredibly rare knowledge.
I mean, that sounds like incredibly good research. What did you find out?
It's it's what they tell us as kids when we first spawned out the vats. That's where we came from, you know.
The Heart of Darkness is an object that created you?
Oh, not quite. I don't know. It's in the book. You can come back tomorrow and you can read it and it's fine. Anyway, what did you want to know?
Read it now.
Do you want to touch the book?
Want to read Perigal wants to read the book, yes.
Do you pick up the book?
With sort of permission. Could I just maybe the contents page or...
Roll a persuasion check.
I'll just give intimidation advantage, not persuasion.
Okay.
No,
I'm not
Absolutely not what we want to do.
I'm not being intimidating.
Seems it's really easy to intimidate.
5. Oh, it's not.
Oh, okay. And obviously,
I loom.
Roll again. It's got an advantage now.
No, that's dirty advantage. You don't want it.
I don't notice that it's looming at all.
I mean, looming with Perigal is always pretty funny.
Yeah, take it. That's not cocked.
It's slightly cocked.
Just take it. Just take
Oh,
it.
it is a little bit.
Just take it. It's fine. 19. I think, yeah, it's all right. Shoves the book over to you. Hold that thought. What are you asking?
I was kind of interested to know. I was looking for a lot of Yugolovs lately in the kind of battlefields.
Oh, yeah, they've all gone home. Well, not home. They've gone to Gehenna, so they keep asking me to go.
Do you know why? Because I'm just trying to find people, and I don't know why they've gone.
The general said it was time, which is not good.
Is that some kind of plan?
Time for what?
Time to end the war.
I mean, how do you end the blood war? I mean,
It's been going on for centuries, millennia.
That's what they tell us as kids, isn't it? It's when we made demons and devils by mistake, and now and at some point we're gonna fix it, and now it's time to fix it. Apparently, and I don't want to go back.
you don't need to go back. Do you remember for me how it was described that would happen, that you could do that?
It's in the book, innit? Are you opening the book?
Yes. Do I have any reason to believe that books, bite or burn or anything in my experience?
Yeah.
Okay. I know about scary books.
Cursed books exist, yes.
Can I have to open it with mage hand so that I don't touch it, but I'm still going to open it?
Okay, as you open it, do you read it?
Yes! It's past me pointedly, yes. Perigal likes books.
As you look at the contents page...
So cursed, damn it. Oh well.
As you look at the you're not cursed. As you look at the contents page, you start to read. It's called the Book of Derelict Magics.
Oh.
And as you start to read it, a voice in your head goes, "Oh, hey!
Not one of the book voices.
These ones. Yeah.
Who the fuck are you?"
Are you a salamander?
Hello, my name is Perigal.
Oh, hey, Perigal.
Do you know this book talks?
I don't think it does. We can't hear the book, can we?
Talking?
Can we hear?
No, you can't hear the book talking.
What's your name?
It says on the front cover, I'm the Book of Derelict Magics.
Nice to meet you, Book of Derelict Magics.
It's all right.
Sorry, am I disturbing the conversation? Just having a conversation with a book, but I won't be rude because you can't join in. And
Can I insight check whether Perigal has just gone mad?
Yeah, has Perigal been cursed?
I'm
by
going
the
to guidance myself.
Yeah, fine.
That's a 20.
Perigal's fine.
Okay, yep, seems fine.
Just one of those talking to books kind of days, I suppose.
Yep.
Seem only mad, crazy people do that.
Well,
That's
So-
not.
that's not Perigal.
No.
Perigal, what do you want to know?
oh gosh, well, what don't I want to know?
Well, I know some things.
Do you know how demons and devils were created?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, would you?
That's kind of what the book's about.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's very convenient because
I know.
That's very,
It's
interesting.
just the most convenient. Well, that's what I'm here for.
Would you maybe want to share that information?
Well, yeah. You see, I was enchanted by a Yugoloth who didn't like to read at one point to just relay the contents of this book. That's all I can do is relay the contents of the book.
Why on earth would someone not like to read?
I don't think they could read. I don't really know.
How awful.
Yeah.
I see.
It sucks, I tell you. All I can do is tell you what's in this book. I'd love to tell you other things, but I don't know other things. Just what's in this book.
Oh, okay. I'm very sorry to hear that. That does sound very limiting.
Yeah, well, you get used to it after 1,000 years.
Perhaps if we glued in more pages, you'd have more to talk about.
Huh.
Or wrote more things in the book, and then you could
I
discuss
have
those.
never considered it. That's a fantastic idea. We should try that.
Oh, okay, that would be lovely.
Yeah.
Would you mind telling me what's in the book first? I mean, not if you're. I mean, I could. We could. I'm so sorry.
No, if you want to know what's in the book,
I don't want to
can tell you
inconvenience you.
what's in the book.
Oh,
That's
thank you.
fine.
I do really very much appreciate that.
Yep.
So I'm just reading a book. Except you don't have to read it. You can hear a book. It's very novel.
It reads itself to you.
Yes, it's lovely.
Really clever.
I'll just sit in a corner and listen, shall I?
Sure. And, I mean, if you can kind of, can you skip ahead to bits? Is that an option?
I feel like you can skip every 15 seconds on these audiobooks, you know.
If I sit with you and read it, can I hear it?
I don't know. Try touching it, maybe.
Okay.
You pick the book up and look at it. Hey, what's your name?
Come with me.
Do it at the same time. Headphone splitter.
Oh, 2 people. This is novel.
Is this okay?
Novel.
If you
Get it?
can't. Does it work if you can't read?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes, I believe so. You can give it a try. You can't read.
No, I grew up in a cave.
Would you like to learn?
Andreas cannot read his native tongue,
Can you read other?
but I can read Infernal and Abyssal.
This book is written in Abyssal.
I
I
prefer not to.
definitely cannot read Abyssal. I look at the book.
I will.
Hey.
I also touch it.
Whoa.
We're probably holding up the conversation with Exius.
While the book shenanigans are happening.
Running.
So what?
Sorry, what?
Where were, I can't remember where we were before. Lots of very confusing things started to happen. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, the book. Yeah. Let's talk to.
Yeah. So do you have do you have other books and things, or is it mainly still just information that you're
Just like some odds and sods and bits and bobs, you know.
Ah, right. Well, I guess while they're busy with the book, I guess I could ask you about some other information, maybe?
Oh, yeah, I'm happy to help, but there's normally a fee.
Oh, yeah.
Please don't hurt me.
That seems like a reasonable fee to me.
It's like really absolutely breaking Monsoon's heart. Now, is there anything you need?
Money's always good so I can buy food. That'd be nice. Haven't eaten in a while.
Do you want to get out of here? Do you want to go somewhere better?
I want everyone to leave me alone.
Okay. Don't worry. We will soon. I get out because I have zero clue. about the stuff here, I just get out like 5 gold and hope that seems
Got 5 gold?
like a decent amount.
Thanks, I guess, yeah.
So I don't know what.
No, it's fine, it's fine. The exchange rate on gold's terrible.
Like I've got some gems.
Yes, that's alright with you. I don't want to impose.
No, you're helping us out. You're helping us out. So
Okay.
there you go. I'm sorry, I don't have soul coins or lava.
Can I make an insight check to see whether this creature is whether he is like purposefully pulling on Monsoon's heartstrings to try and get her money?
Roll me an insight check.
Thank you.
Aww.
That's cocked as all heck. So 17.
Good roll.
23.
His species of Yugoloth get by on using their cowardly, cringy nature to get things out of people. They are not necessarily always afraid. Exius is currently afraid, but frankly, this isn't an act. This is just... I mean, you'd get this, I think, from a certain understanding here, what he was made to be.
So it's kind of learned behaviour to a degree.
Yugoloths are grown.
Oh,
You don't know
grown.
that, but yes.
Okay.
So if you extend your arm, I think Fluster would like just make contact and remember this is still a fiend.
It's alright, I understand. If you don't want to help, you don't have to help me.
There are always things that they want from you. Your money is important to you and to your family. I respect what you choose to do with it. I just remember where we are.
The thing is, the moment you start going down the road of that's a fiend, I don't want to ever be the person who stops giving people help because I'm worried about that particular person. And it's kind of a slippery slope down here. I know I don't want to help the bad people, but I also don't want to ever like question the idea of helping.
That is a beautiful thing for a person to be. I respect that very much.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I'm just not drunk this time, so.
Thank you very much.
Like 5 gold worth of gems.
Squeezed off the table into a little pouch.
Fluster is just sort of sitting there like staring daggers. Just
don't hurt me.
I'm not going to hurt you.
Okay. So what is it you want to know?
We want to know exactly, like as precisely as you or the book can relay, why the Yugoloths are retreating, where they're going, what they're planning, what objects or items they need for whatever this plan for the time is.
All right. Well,
it sounds like something that you would want to stop as well.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what they're planning on doing. I do know that all the Yugoloths have been called back to Gehenna by the general, who is, well, sort of in charge. The Oinoloths are also in charge, but the general's like the military leader. Oinoloths like make more Yugoloths, so it's different, you know. So it's 2 different things. And the general's like, it's time for war. It's time to kill them all. And apparently he's got some demons and devils he's working with. I don't know all the details of it, but apparently that's now. There's a whole army of all 3 main fiend types working together.
Perhaps like the hairless minotaur that came over here.
Yeah, he was asking questions like, you know, what he was talking about, definitely.
Is that why he wanted the book of the Heart of Darkness?
Yeah, the book's like, I mean, the book tells you like the origin myth, and apparently there's something in there that he wants to know. I don't know. I think he's going working for his lord.
Is that a unique book?
The one that talks is, yeah.
Oh, I see, but there are others kind of...
Yeah, it's quite... I mean, it's our origin story. There's a couple copies. I've seen a few around, yeah. And, yeah, apparently that... I mean, I keep getting voices in my head saying, come back to Gehenna, the war must start. I'm not doing that. In the meantime, the 4 of you are reading the book. So, right.
Can I ask, how long would it take to do the whole book? Hear everything.
Roughly 5 minutes.
Oh.
Disappointingly short book.
I was gonna. How thin is this?
I'm going to simplify it because there's a lot of guff about how Yugolovs are amazing, and I'm guessing you don't want to hear that.
No, a summary. And a summary. This is most useful.
Yeah,
The executive summary would be fine.
That would be lovely. Thank you so much.
cool.
We are executive.
So, couple thousand years ago, like before any of you lot and any of like the people who were like your lot even existed, yeah? There were these creatures called Bairnloths, and they ruled everything down here. All the lower planes belonged to them. One of them started thinking might be a good idea to have some people who work for us, you know, do our bidding, and made the Yugolovs. Anyway, Yugolovs were pretty good at what they did, and the Bairnloths, well, they just got a bit bored and vanished over time, so Yugolovs were the only thing in the lower planes. It all belonged to them. One of them, called himself the General, decided he'd had enough of the inter-war that was happening between the different Yugolovs, because there was a bit of fighting, and working with the Oinolofs, who are the people who make other Yugolovs, he created an item called the Heart of Darkness. Now, the Heart of Darkness was supposed to purge the Yugolovs of chaos and lawfulness and just make him, you know, pure evil. Yeah. Well, Yugolovs that got the chaos purged out of them became devils. Yugolovs got the law purged out of them became demons. And the wars just got worse and worse and worse. And now it's the Blood War. And it's been going on for millennia. Rumour has it that if a demon lord and an archdevil ever agreed to lay it aside and use the Heart of Darkness to switch it off and turn it back, everyone goes back to being Yugolovs again. And then it's all one, you know, slightly happier family. But yeah, that's the story of the Book of Derelict Magics. There's more detail in there and it rhymes, which is real great, and I could do the rhyming bits, but frankly, it's a lot of effort, and you lot wanted like the condensed version, so I did that.
So the heart only managed to remove either the chaos or the law, not both.
Well, yeah.
And if they undo that, the
War's
people,
over. I mean, I don't know what's going on in the real world, but I guess war's over.
yes, and all the people become more Yugoloth-like.
Yeah,
Thieves.
just more evil, more working together, I guess. I think the plan was to then use that to take over the rest of the multiverse. I don't know, frankly, I'm just a book.
Assume so.
That doesn't sound good.
Is there anything
Does it
more
not?
in there?
Sounds great to me.
No, that doesn't sound good.
Oh.
We're from the other part of the multiverse, you see.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Ah, well, each to their own, I guess.
Nothing in there about the Heart of Darkness, what it looks like, what
No,
colour
it's
it
big
is.
crystal
what it's
apparently, but
big
there's not a lot of
crystal.
detail on it. Nah.
A large crystal.
Yeah.
Nothing about where it might be, say.
General kept it, didn't he? That's
Really?
what it says, yeah.
Oh. If the general kept it, why does he need a devil and an archdemon to agree?
I think that turns it off.
They needed to turn it off, right? Oh dear.
Honestly, it's very vague. A lot of hyperbolic language.
Like any devil and archdemon.
I think it's got to be like really powerful ones. It says Archdevil and Demon Lord or something like that.
Right, sorry, yes. That's one.
Do you know the name of the general?
It's just called the General. General Gehenna.
Like, say, the daughter of Asmodeus. Asmodeus.
I don't know who that is, because I don't have any modern knowledge.
We can help with that.
Who's Asmodeus?
Doesn't matter.
It's an old ass book.
is an old ass book.
So that's all I know, I'm afraid. Sorry.
That's all right. Anything else we should be checking in on?
I can't have the book back, otherwise that demon will be really angry.
I mean, they're going to be really angry anyway. They're a demon and they're...
Would you mind terribly if I just made some notes in the margins? I know it's not usually the done thing, and I do hesitate. However, the Book of Derelict Magic, I just feel would really appreciate it.
What kind of notes? Because we really don't want to give any more information to the Minotaur demon.
Well, I was thinking maybe some nice elvish folk stories, sort of positive morals, fables,
As you're
descriptions of rivers.
As you're chatting like this, and as you're all in this room talking together,
Okay.
there is a very loud banging on the front door.
Oh, that's timing.
And that's where we're going to pause.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess that everyone's been reading that book for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So all that inspiration's just...
Yeah, it's all gone. It's all past, like tears in the inspiration rain.
It was 5 minutes
plus all the other faff.
I used it to read the book really well.
I mean, the book said it would only take 5 minutes.
Yeah, but
so-
that was also a lot of faffing and running. And...
yeah.
Right, we are tight on time today, so let me just get through the outro. Thank you everyone for joining us today. We're playing every Monday night from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. British Summer Time, which I believe is about to end. I'm not au fait on these things, but
Oh no, another week? One more.
something like that.
Time.
But yes, also British summertime and US summertime overlap a little bit. So when you follow us on Twitch, you'll get an announcement, a message or something every time.
You get an alert.
Alert, thank you, that's what it's called. Every time something's going out. Or also there will be schedules published by the D&D channel, I'm sure, saying what's going on. So keep an eye on that. We also have a live D&D show on the first Tuesday of every month at the Rosemary Branch Theatre in London. If you fancy coming there and are close enough to London that's an easy trip for you, do come and join us, where we play this on stage in front of a live audience. That's a game called Undergods, which is a completely different story, DM'd by Chloe, which is a bit more folksy and a bit more chill. We also run another show, Mixtape, on the last Wednesday of every month, which is streamed at twitch.tv/adventurerswanted, as is Undergods, as is this, or twitch.tv/D&D, just for Agents of the Nine Hells. If you want to support us from what we do in a different way, you can also do so on Patreon. Just search for Adventures Wanted on there. Being a patron gets you access to homebrews from our D&D games, access to exclusive live streams, the chance to vote on what we play in our mixtape shows, and a free ticket to each month's Undergods. That's just a taster. There are other things on there. Do check it out and help us there if you can. Without our patrons, we couldn't be using all the wonderful tech equipment we have here today. So big thank you to all our patrons, as always. We're all over social media. On Twitter, we're Adventurers250, and on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, etc., we're Adventurers Wanted. Thank you again to our sponsors at D&D Beyond and our supporters at 4Fans, Byfans and Ultra Pro. And let's have a quick goodbye from everyone here, as we're tight on time today.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.